So you guys successfully arrived at the edge of the city.
That's very true, we did.
Yay.
Barely.
The city looks enormous.
The city is enormous.
Oh my.
It's actually got...
Ah! Raid! It's a raid! They know you're not wearing pants.
They know it. They know it.
Gonna turn off my 11:20 alarm just so that we don't get yelled at again. No, don't go over to the
Dark side.
There we go. Yeah, my phone is trying to switch over to set up more alarms when I'm trying to turn one off.
Restore.
You will never sleep again.
Restore.
It would be convenient if I could give up sleep. You know, just do it every now and again if I wanted to just make some hours pass by.
That would be handy.
Be very convenient if I wanted to, or if I could smoke in my room.
You could smoke in your room.
I wish.
Smoking is bad for you.
I know. I've actually
It also makes you look cool.
So is living. Did you know that breathing air has a 100% fatality rate?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
That
why I gave that up
doesn't
years
change
ago.
the fact that smoking is terrible for you.
No, I'm joking.
You know,
To be
100%
fair.
of smokers die.
so do 100% of mouth breathers.
So does 100% of soda drinkers.
So does 100% of healthy people.
So what I'm getting
Well,
here,
yeah. Everybody dies.
That's
Rocks
my point.
fall, everyone dies.
shit. All right, it was a nice.
It was a
yeah.
I was really enjoying Sif. He was so walkable.
Yeah.
He was remarkable.
Well, looks like you'll have to play your spider waifu.
Spider waifu. Mm.
It's true.
All right.
She's gonna be fun.
So, is Pam
There's somebody
not
underneath
here?
me. Oh, Limu. Okay.
Yes, you are sitting on Limu.
No, Limu, don't get on Sif. Whatever.
Sif already has plenty of people. I've got Emma on my head and Kree on my back.
Yep.
Well, Limu is very small. Like
This is true.
Tiny.
This is true. There is additional space. I'd be wearing him
There.
like a shawl.
You could, in fact, yeah.
we just walk into town. This one dog carrying 3 creatures, and everybody's like, "So is that a pack dog?" And Sif's like, "Fuck no."
Like, no, I'm the most intelligent one here out of everyone.
You're still a riding
I
dog.
just also happen to be a dog.
And then Noku was like, "No, I'm the smartest one here. I killed a lich."
You're the strongest one here. I will give that up to you. I probably wouldn't have been able to take a lich on by myself.
I think it worked out all right.
It did go pretty good for us.
All right. So, you guys arrive at the edge of the city that the sounds of is strangely familiar to Noku.
Hey, this place seems deja blue.
Yep. The scent of it, in fact, reminds you of the place that you ended up in prison for a few minutes.
This place smells like prison.
Yep.
That doesn't sound very promising. I mean, it smells like a village to me, and farms, and food. Yes.
Food that doesn't taste like ash.
Doesn't smell like any of the prisons I've ever been
I'm
to.
still really sorry about that.
Rooted in a forest.
Poland, so I don't know.
Rooted in a forest, the city of Minas Einheel is home to Vikings and warriors led by Chief Lockridge. The city wasn't built in the forest by an accident. It has rare resources here, which is of great importance to the people of Minas Einheel and its success. The city itself is majestic, with willow wood rooftops, birchwood walls, and a gorgeous forest surrounding it. It's very whimsical. One of the main attractions is the temple, which also serves as the city hall. It was built 60 or so years ago. The economy here is supported by trade, beer brewing, and armor smithing. Although you can also find delicate woodcrafters and rare herbalists.
I pulled up the sheet. They lack people skilled in politics. That means good deals.
They do lack people skilled in politics.
I've got some rare things for you, stranger.
hmm You guys have a lot of stuff that you're gonna have to attempt to hawk.
Oh god. Alright, time to pull up that fucking sheet.
So the guards stop you at the gate, and they're like, "What's your purpose? Why have you come to Minus Einheel?"
Well, we've come from a pretty decently far place, and we have so many things. Admittedly, right now we've got them tucked away in a magic bag because it's far too much to carry. And we're looking to do a lot of trading and probably pick up some goods here for ourselves before we move on.
So you're here for free trade.
That'd be correct.
Well, I'm here to retire.
Well, I mean, we can. Is it possible for us to speak with the mayor about securing permanent lodgings for one of our companions?
Yes,
Excellent.
that's possible. So please keep your weapons sheathed, and welcome to Minus Einheel.
I'm surprised we couldn't just sneak in while the guard was too busy eyeing the giant, almost naked lizard lady.
Yeah, Lena is given a little bit of a weird look, but they don't seem to mind her.
She
A
gives
weird
very
look
nice
isn't-
pets.
A weird
She
look isn't
does.
it's weird to see the lizard girl, or a weird look is I'm not sure if I'm into it, but I'm pretty sure I am.
Yeah, a weird look like I'm not sure if I'm into it, but I'm pretty sure I am.
Safe bets,
I
right
don't know,
there.
people.
Ooh, map.
Oh,
Whoa.
You guys
So many
end up
buttons.
over here.
Upper right.
Yep.
I see a pointy-eared person.
An elf.
Someone with blue face.
All
Two
sorts of
people with
folks.
blue face.
hmm There are lots of people here.
I guess.
Noticing an abundance of females on this street alone.
I mean, I approve of this.
Well, some of the ones that you look at that have a very pretty face, as you
Actually
get closer,
dudes.
you realize they're men.
I see.
And they're elves.
Yep, I'm gonna go up to the
Oh!
very first one. We're like, oh, hi there. I was wondering if we could get some directions, please. If you know this place at all.
Hello, yes, I'm familiar here. What would you need?
Well, we've got a lot of magical stuff to offload, and we're wondering if there's a good shop for that.
There's a couple of shops here. There's Genius in a Bottle, Champion's Scroll, and the Third Wish.
Well, we have... like, at Wish, I'm, like, immediately triggered. So triggered.
Um,
I still really want to get to Wish for a spell jammer, you guys.
but you don't know what a Spelljammer is.
No, it's true. I would probably end up describing, though, some very magical transportation, or Wishblade might do that by mistake. Not saying that it might be a little bit metagamey to try it, but I was considering it on, like, the best technology wind ships that exist.
Well, that would just get us a real nice wind ship.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, regardless, that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Oh yes,
But
it would.
It would
be
depend on the
amazing.
wording. I've been considering how to do it because also I want to be specific with a Wishblade because it's a pretty advanced wish. And I also want to do it like far away from people because the magical backlash is probably going to be relatively extreme when it first appears.
No, it's a magic item, so the risk for backlash is already passed.
But wish is not. When
So
the
the
wish was
magic
put
item is-
when the wish was put in that blade, nothing happened. So I'm pretty willing to assume that there is a really high chance of when I use the wish blade to cast luck. Sorry, to cast
You're
wish.
right.
Bad things will
Oh
happen.
no.
So
Well, we
that's
don't
why I'm
know
like,
that. As far as we know, she just showed up with a sword, like, or dagger, I guess, and was just like, "Here, this is a wish."
So you know that little GIF the other day that popped up of the elf like doing the swirly fingers and the butt bounce?
yes.
Yeah.
I just did that in my chair and was like, where did I learn that from?
Yay.
Because when I was like, you are right, I did that.
Okay, so I just noticed we still have Kiri with us. Do we just have like a sparkling child and a glimmering Limu, both
You do.
on Sif and Noku, respectively?
Yep.
And no one said anything?
Nope.
It'd be really rude for them to point that out all the time.
So one of the things, roll me perceptions, you guys.
Sure. I'm
I'm real good at
possible
that. I'm so good at perception.
Just,
So good.
then don't say, but here's where I roll a 1, because
Can I
that's
make
what
a
happens
common
immediately
sense
after.
roll to check to see if people are looking at the glimmering child?
Sif is a
Um,
good boy.
Sif is good boy.
Why is this still on here? Got them.
Is he? So, what you guys realize is no, people aren't really paying any attention to the weird glowing children, but you do hear between the buildings, like down the alleyways, you do hear the rattle of cages and what sounds like an auction.
Oh no.
Yay, slaves.
Well,
Noku's
actually,
all.
like, maybe a friend for Steve.
Yeah, is he kind of
Let's
just
make sure everybody stays in the group.
Lena wanders off. She has her own business in the town and just kind of
Well,
wanders
Oh,
off.
I'll give her a goodbye look then.
So she hugs all of you, and when she hugs you, she picks you up and squishes you in her boobs when she does it. So you all get facefuls of boob.
Yep.
Does Izzy,
Yeah, that's
does,
right. She's taller than me.
does
Okay,
Izzy have to
so
make a
that-
brief check because he's so small he
Just
probably
get
gets jammed
smothered.
in?
Yeah.
Come on.
And then she just plops you down and wanders off on her way.
Sweet. I'll ask if I can squeak by that guard then and go have a look at
Okay,
the
bye then.
Yeah, he lets you past.
Thank
Izzy
you.
will fall, Sif.
He steps.
I
to the
recognize
side.
this person.
Oh,
You do. She is standing beside a man in hulking black armor. Um,
Noku obviously
This-
follows along also.
this dude is. He's clearly human, but he's very tall. Um, he has his helmet off, but it's tucked up under his arm, and it has gleaming black horns. It's got a terrifying visage on the face, but he's pretty. Like, you would swear this dude was an angel by the look of his face. He's very, very handsome.
There is no
Um,
room on my back. There are already
Are you
multiple.
talking like when
He's-
people are joking about like how handsome barbarians are? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not talking. Jasmine is doing all of the talking to this cat figure in one of the cages, and she'll look to him occasionally. He'll make a motion of his hand or a nod or a shake of his head, and then she'll return to talking to the cat, going in a different sort of direction
Hi there.
based on his movements. Um, she jerks in surprise, turns around, and says hello.
Tail wag.
Tail wag.
You're early. I didn't expect you for another 2 weeks.
Well, we did really, really well. Like,
There was
really,
a very nice
really
lady
well.
with very, very pretty features.
Huh?
Yeah, we had an escort on the way down here that sort of alleviated any encounters. She was really friendly, very helpful.
Oh, well, that's good.
But yeah,
Izzy, why'd you roll stealth?
because he is trying to free his brethren.
Yeah, he's just gonna try and lockpick all the cages.
I
Because
really
Izzy
hope-
wandered away. I have her character sheet in the actual NPC thing. I don't need to try and find it. What is her perception?
Do, 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 do.
See if she notices you.
Aw,
She notices you, but she doesn't say anything. She does not care.
Is there anyone interesting for this auction?
Yeah, so you see the cat man.
Yep,
Beside him is a rat man.
yep,
Then there is a naga,
yep.
a kapak, a tiefling woman, and a lizard folk woman.
So, are these people criminals or are they just general slaves? How's this work? Noku and
You don't know.
yeah, I'm having
Izzy.
him ask.
Who looks like they're actually in charge of like doing slave mastery? Would that be the woman behind the table here?
This later. Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna pat on up and ask her about them and if any of them are good adventuring material.
Yeah,
She-
Noku kind of joins and waits for that task. Sorry about interrupting there, by the way, but
That's okay.
She introduces herself as Astoria, and she says they had debts they couldn't pay.
Ah, fair enough. It's a pretty typical one.
Let's see. I don't have his character sheet on here. Oh well.
Are you offended if I go around and ask them about their skill sets and such?
Not at all. You are more than welcome to.
Sweet, thank you.
Noku will just kind of wander over and talk to Jasmine, I think her name is.
Well,
She doesn't have a
Jasmine's
title. If she's busy looking, then he won't. He'll just kind of stand around awkwardly like, man.
Jasmine is talking to the cat person and the rat person with this very pretty man beside her.
Is it bad that when I saw the John Run token, the token art, I was just like, why does somebody have art of a gay orc? And then I realized that was just the monk art.
What?
Why does someone wait? Yeah, is it because he's got strap? Are you assuming that everyone who's got straps on their armor is actually just in bondage gear, and then also
I mean,
that
look-
means they have to be gay?
I mean, just look at those pecs, though.
Oh man.
Are you
DCL.
wait? Are you assuming
Are you
people who
assuming-
work out are gay as well?
DCL, are you assuming his sexuality?
I'm just no.
The
I'm
text is
assuming.
How is he in a
the
fight?
text is just getting him.
Otherwise, they're just a bunch
Excuse me,
of fruity
excuse
gym
me.
muscles.
I am assuming the sexuality and intentions of the artist. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's-
who-
That's fair. No, actually, I'll give you that one.
I'll accept that.
How's he in a fight? Otherwise, that's just a bunch of fruity gym muscles. Real men work out by eating 10 hot dogs and lying on their stomach and digesting them for a day.
I mean, that's how I work out, you know. I'm gonna finish this energy drink smoothie, and I'm just gonna collapse into a puddle on my floor.
All right, so yeah, you can go to each of them and ask them whatever you'd like.
Sure, I'll just start from left and work my way around. I'll introduce myself as Sif, ask their name and what they happen to do.
So the one that you are speaking to at the moment is a lizard folk. She tells you her name is Riza.
Oh, I
And-
will also I will try and speak to as many of them in their actual languages. So I'll speak to her in Reptoid.
Okay. She seems quite pleased by the concession of speaking in her language, and I will find you her picture.
Yep, I'm going to be trying to speak to as many of them as their native languages as possible, so as few people are listening to them talk, in case they happen to want to be like, I don't know, they're kind of dicks, and then they get punished.
Yeah.
For it.
So this is what Riza looks like.
Oh, she's
Skull face and
adorable.
all.
I love the
Cute.
headdress.
She still has that headdress on.
So the skull face and all.
Skull face and all. She wears that headdress and she hasn't taken it off, and they didn't take it from her. You notice all of these people still have their effects.
Ah,
They still have all of the things on them, as opposed to being stripped.
Cool. I will then assume that they've sort of been posted up as adventure-adjacent slaves then, which would explain why they're part of an auction as opposed to a wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What's her skill set? I'll
Um,
ask what she's particularly good at.
So Riza says that she also speaks in the third person. She
That's
calls
cool.
herself Riza. She tells you Riza is really good at hitting things, especially when they make her mad.
I hit stuff.
She
Smash! She ticks the smash box instead of the do not smash box.
She ticks the smash box. She tells you she is known for entering something she calls a blood frenzy. And
Ah,
what you can extrapolate from this is she's a blood rager.
sweet.
Oh, so much awesome.
I do really quite like Blood Rages. They are awesome.
Her particular skill set for her blood raging is, oh fuck, I know I have it here somewhere.
I
Blood
imagine these
Ragers
guys
are
all
those
exist just because
angry
it's fun to make
spellcasters.
characters.
They're all mine.
Ooh.
Or they're either mine or somebody close to me, except for the two in these cages.
Hmm.
But other than that, yeah, they're all mine. But yeah, so Riza's a blood rager.
Cool.
She's very good at smashing stuff. She's very good at taking people apart.
Awesome. I'll thank her for her time, and I'll be like, I may well be right back around again.
Okay.
And then I move on to the next. And it's a tiefling, right?
It is a tiefling.
Then I will speak to her in... Let's see here. Abyssal.
Okay.
That's assuming she's a demon tiefling and not a devil tiefling.
I think they all still, by default, can have Abyssal and Infernal.
Infernal. I'm going to link her picture in the chat as opposed to showing you on here because it has boobies.
Appreciated. Because last time it was just... And now I gotta fill the screen with naked tits. And I was like, oh no!
Oh no, oh no.
Okay, let's...
Chris, where are you? Oh, there you are. Your sense motive tells you that he's telling the truth. He ate somebody.
Nah.
Oh, she's so cute! Kriskin Impkith, it looks like, right?
Yep. Chris Khan Imkith.
Ooh, an oracle.
She tells you she is an oracle of the heavens, and she can read the stars and the black tapestry.
Nice.
I thought it was tapestry.
Tapestry. Same
Tomato,
difference.
tomato.
It's pronounced differently when it's being said in Abyssal. Cool. I imagine to other onlookers this is weird. A talking dog has just gone from like walking over here, saying hi in common, and swapping to Reptoid, and now has moved over to here. Now growling in Abyssal with a tiefling.
Yeah, the elf lady that's by you is a little concerned. She's like, "Wow, you're really interested in these," and she just kind of backs away because the abyssal concerns her.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, okay. go back to talking with her.
Dude.
We're like, all right, then fine, bye.
So,
Of
Joran,
course,
Joran,
Yes.
noticing that people are getting uncomfortable, Noku just lapses into talking to himself in the krill.
That sounds like Welsh.
and Zeomar. So, Trace, you get to play two characters for a little bit. Yorand and Zeomar, you are here in the market. You can see this occurring. You were here trading, looking around, trying to pick up any jobs that might be in the area. And now there are these clearly adventurers because they're kind of dirty, they're kind of scuffed up, they have just stuff with them. And they seem to be interested in the people in the cages.
Zeomar steps over towards the strange talking dog and tries to, listen in.
You also speak Abyssal?
Yes.
Of course you do. Right,
Zeomar
yeah. You're
so
demon
many
as fuck.
He is demon as fuck. It's not hard. Do you have control of the token, or did I forget to give it to you?
I do. For a second there, it wasn't working, but now it is.
Okay.
I don't know what that was. So
Okay.
he kind of walks over. He is of note not visibly demonic. He's wearing a breastplate, a helmet, chainmail underneath that, and leather gauntlets and boots.
Cool.
So there's very little of him that's actually visible.
Yep. I ask her about how long she's been out, and is she a valid like adventuring based companion? And ask her about her skill set specifically.
Her skills specifically are. Where's her character sheet? Found it. So her skills are. They are based on the stars and her abilities. She can heal people. She can help them. She can do different support roles. She's also very good at crowd control.
I like the very first thing I imagine in my head is like, if I brought another person who could heal, Izzy would lose his fucking mind.
You're probably not wrong.
Or like, all right, great. I'll thank her for her time. Be like, I may be back around again. Quite
There's
keen
only
to
room
talk to
for
her.
one special bumpkin.
Yep. Let's shift you on over here. Is Yomar trying to be like somewhat subtle about his listening in, or is it he making it relatively obvious?
He doesn't into stealth, so he's just kind of he just kind of walked up in his armor and kind of listened in, and he's I'd like to say he's obviously interested in the fact that you're speaking Abyssal, but he's also wearing a goddamn helmet. It's kind of hard to see his face.
You can pick up some body language, I imagine.
True enough, yeah.
Lean.
Yeah, he's just like
Yeah, leaning just over, like, oh. Sweet.
So you can see her.
What was this one's race specifically? I can't remember.
He's a Capac.
Capac. Let's see here.
You got information on Ryza. You got information on.
Been trying to.
Which languages do they speak? Is it also Reptoid?
No, he speaks Draconic. He's a Capac, or also known as a Draconian.
Bugger, I don't actually. Draconic is one of the ones I do not have.
Been trying to ask.
spellcaster without Draconic.
Draconic. That's funny.
I already have so many. I speak Dog, Common, Elven, Sign Language, Abyssal, Celestial, Orc, Undercommon, and Reptoid.
Been trying to ask.
I speak Common, Infernal, Abyssal, Celestial, Draconic, Necril, Aclo, Dwarven, Orcish, Goblin, Sign Language, and Sphinx.
Been trying to ask. Is it common for cats to eat people?
No, it is not common. His teeth, when you look at him as a cat folk, his teeth are unnaturally long.
After a moment of listening in and possibly Sif pausing like, oh wait, I don't speak this guy's language, Ziomar goes, what the? And he's kind of awkward about it, like I am, a little stuttery. What the is your interest in these slave folk?
Oh, well, just looking for extra traveling companions.
Extra traveling companions, you say?
Yep. All the dangerous adventurer type stuff, and also a friend for Steve, and he'll like nod over his shoulder at just the quiet slave Steve.
Where is
Ziomar
Steve?
mildly offended.
I'm sorry?
No, Ziomar kind of pauses at that, looks to Steve, and then over. Well, it wouldn't be quite the same as and I'm trying to play up the awkwardness.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But he goes, it wouldn't be quite the same as having someone completely loyal because you've bought them. I would be willing to join in adventuring. I can't think of a word. My brain just failed.
Like,
fact, he
it's okay.
says that.
Brains fail all the time. Are you saying that you're quote unquote looking for group? And then I have to
Yeah.
I summon a mage hand to do the quote unquote.
Yes, I am looking for people to travel with, because even with my particular skill set, I am not a particularly or even with my particular skill set, I realize it would be unsafe to travel the wilderness by myself.
Yeah, no, things are pretty dangerous around here these days. Tell you what,
Of note,
as opposed to just a slave, we are soon to be down a legitimate adventuring companion, and a couple of them have. And then he pauses and goes, I think we've just been flaked out on by a couple of them, actually. We're actually down a couple of, like, legitimate adventurers as well as you know, additional slaves and stuff. Tell you what, you see the lizard folk over there? And I, like, point with the mage hand that's still there, and I point at Noku. If he vets you as an okay, cool dude, then I'm gonna say that you're totally welcome to come along.
all right, I will go talk to the lizard.
Sweet.
I'll go talk to myself.
I'll go talk to myself. That's gonna be weird. So,
I'm
hi,
just
I am
going-
but simple lizard folk. Sweet, I am but simple, totally not evil folk.
That's simple. I am in no way. Actually, I actually have a bluff on this character. My God,
Woo!
relevant skills. But you know, they get to talking, and it's awkward both because Noku is insane and Ziamar is awkward.
It's
And
I like at points I'd just be like, that's gonna be a fun one to watch, and then I'll continue the round of the slaves. I say first to this one, I apologize, but I don't speak Draconic. I hope you're okay with Common.
Yeah. He grouches a little bit, but he says, yeah.
Sorry, I know. I kind of wanted to make sure everyone got their special time in the sun, but that's another language to work on, I guess. My name is Sif. What do you do?
I'm Baza, and if you point me at it, I kill it.
Hmm.
I can track it across the lands and end its existence.
Very useful skill set right there, Baza.
Basically, from his description of what he can do, you work out he's a slayer.
Yep. They're pretty useful. They're very, very good trackers.
Yes.
I like to think of Slayer as the Witcher.
specifically- Yeah, he specifically has a sword and shield as opposed
Where's-
to two swords.
Where's the orange hair? Show got it.
I did get
Right.
it.
Cool, great. I might be around to you in a moment, and then I will swoosh on over to the Naga.
Who introduces himself as Bryce. See, if Fen was here, he'd get it. These are two of his NPCs.
Yep, I remember the mentions of Baza and Bryce, and you. In fact, I'm
Baza-
sure at some point you said I've even put them in this game somewhere.
Those sound like
I did. I borrowed them from
Dragonlance.
Dragonlance, yeah. And I loved them so much, they show up as NPCs in most of my games.
I will be right back. I'm gonna put my giant cup of smoothie away.
See ya.
Okay.
Barter of Bryce sound like butter and rice, and thus
Baza and Bryce.
okay. Baza sounds still like
Oh.
a DZ name.
Sounds like I'll have to be right back.
So, the Naga introduces himself as Bryce, and Astoria tells you to be careful of him. He's well known for hypnotizing his partners into having a good time. He's a womanizer and a lusty flirt, and he lives here in town. He's always getting in trouble for one reason or another.
I pause and go. This is not the first time you've been behind that cage, is it?
No, but every time I come out, everyone enjoys it.
Well, fair enough. I imagine you put on quite the show.
Yeah, usually in the middle of the city streets. It's what makes the guards upset.
Ah, yeah, no, that'll do that. I myself not one for public displays of much more affection as opposed to like scritches.
I can change that.
No, he does like that oh shucks voice, like no thanks.
You work out from a few minutes of talking. He's a sorcerer.
Sweet, sweet.
Izzy asked about the vampire kitten.
Who are you asking about the vampire kitten? Oh, you're asking Astoria. Yeah, she points to him and says his name is Zaylan. He is. There it is. He's one that we have a little bit of trouble with. About the only person who can keep him in line is the tiefling over there, and they got into a fight with the guards after he decided to eat somebody, and a bounty was put out on his head. And when they came for him, she got in the way.
Any reason why you haven't killed him yet?
Because we didn't really like the noble that he ate. Not gonna lie. Guy was kind of an asshole, always raising taxes.
Yeah, that'll get you every time.
Pretty obnoxious
So-
that orange skin color of his.
So we're just kind of letting it go.
Well, then Izzy is curious about the tiefling.
Her name is Chris, and she is an oracle.
Is he
Zaylin,
That's just a little
Zaylin is an
bit
unarmed fighter, by the way.
Interesting.
I'm back.
I will
So,
greet rat person.
Ziomara and Noku, how long has it been in game?
Not long.
Oh,
A
okay.
minute.
Ziomara and Noku are talking in Necril because they spent the last minute trying to find a common language other than common. Because Noku is just like, I am but simple lizard folk, and he opened that within Reptoid because of course he did.
Because he is but simple lizard folk.
This is fair. So those two are now making sounds at each other, which again, it sounds like a lot like a conversation in Welsh.
It does a little bit.
You know, they're just talking in the language of the undead. So yeah, I guess Welsh works.
Yep. So, Narek introduces himself as Narek the Legend, Narek the Blade.
Ooh.
He's not. He's very good into getting into small places and getting out of things. You watch him for a few seconds, he reaches out and he twists the lock and it pops open and you see all of the guards and Astoria just kind of sigh as he reaches back out and pulls it closed.
Now
And
that
it's
is
just
pretty
like-
cool. I don't
He's just
think
like,
that
I'm
we
Narek
have.
the Blade.
I don't think we have anyone who is particularly good with locks.
I'm very good at locks.
You're close. 'Cause Izzy was about to jump on your face if you said nobody who was good at being
No.
sneaky.
And also, I would never encourage anyone to be stealthy in our party. That would be foolish, obviously. Yeah, I was more specifically talking about the disable device thing. Like we do quite have a hole in our abilities to deal with traps and locks.
Traps and locks.
Sif, give me a knowledge planes.
Absolutely. One of my many Bork-worthy skills. Bork.
So, this guy, his fur is black. His fur is completely black. His eyes are also completely black. And one of the things that you notice is when he moves, there's little motes of shadow that trail off of his fur. This guy is connected to the shadow plane.
He lost.
Someone
no
sent him to
video.
the shadow realm.
He made the same fucking joke.
Yes. Best joke.
Yeah. Well, I'll be that. I'll point out, I can't help but notice as well that you're, I wouldn't say shackled so much as buddy with the shadow realm there.
Yeah. A shadow and I came to understanding.
Ah, right. Okay. Well,
I don't get it.
might very well be that I'll be coming back around for your services, because there is quite definitely a hole in our current available skill set that having someone who knows how to deal with traps and locks would really be quite useful for.
All right.
And then finally,
He
let's
kind of chitters a little bit.
Yep, and then finally I will talk to Vampire Kitty.
He is a vampire. He is an unarmed fighter.
Motherfucker, stay away from him. He's mine.
Yeah, he's an unarmed fighter. And he insists that he is a pair with the Oracle.
With the
Which I will get to talking to once I get the chance.
I'll
Yeah.
glance over my shoulder and Izzy will be like, he is immediately smitten with the two of them, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I-
Oh, well.
The cat person and the oracle.
Yeah, I might not have to be the one to worry about your contract. I honestly suspected that Izzy was very much anti-slavery, even though it's, legitimate business practices and such.
Izzy is super anti-slavery, especially with other cat folks, which is
Yeah.
why
Well,
he's in this.
one of the things that you realize is it's not really slavery.
It's indentured
It's debt
servitude.
purchase, right?
It's debt purchase.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Steve
once
was a
their debt
legit
is
slave, but
like you buy their contract, it pays off their debt, and they belong to you for as long as the contract holds.
fair.
And then the contract is like a geese, and then a geas,
Yeah.
and then once that runs out, it's run out, and they're free to go. There are no collars, there are no control mechanisms or anything like that. It's just
True. I myself am not a massive fan of collars for proper training.
you notice that Bryce has a collar on and seems to like it.
Yeah, I imagine that that's entirely his choice.
Yeah.
I imagine that
So-
every other servant here is just like, he doesn't speak for us. He definitely doesn't speak for us.
Baza also has a collar on, but his is a collar of copper links. And
Dope.
he doesn't seem to mind it either.
I imagine copper is kind of his jam.
Izzy, what are you asking Chris?
Izzy like pretty much rams against the rails and goes like, "Are you an oracle? What's your curse? What magic type are you? What's your mastery?"
I'm haunted. My mastery is the heavens. And what was your other question?
Okay, so Izzy
And
like
that's what she says. No, that's what she
Yeah.
says. She's like,
no. Izzy
I'm
will
on-
get. I know Izzy like gets off the bars and is like sorry, I got a little excited. I haven't exactly seen and like another oracle.
She crouches down.
Xiomar and Noku at this point to finish talking. Noku heads over towards Sif,
Mhm.
Mimu included,
Yep.
and patiently waits for Sif to finish talking with the cat if he hasn't already.
Yeah, sure. We can typey while they talky.
So Jasmine and the pretty man approach your end.
Hey, I was still in the middle of conversation.
You are, but they're also approaching him. And they're doing that while this is going on.
Oh no, two extremely handsome men are about to meet. Bizarre adventures ensue.
Bizarre adventures. Yeah, so Chris crouches down and she's like, "Yes, I am an oracle. I'm an oracle of the heavens. I am haunted."
Haunted how?
She goes to reach into her pocket to pull out a gold coin. And about the time that she pulls the gold coin out, it goes flying out of her hand about 3 feet away.
Oh,
So through the bars, and she's just like
Snatches.
haunted.
Hey, show question.
Answered.
Spell-like abilities don't trigger the magic table, do they?
Supernatural abilities don't trigger the magic table. Spell-like abilities do.
Oh,
it kind of goes, wow. I thought my curse was rather unfortunate.
Mine's just irritating.
So, I couldn't help but notice that the vampire cat over there says that you two are a pair.
Yeah, we are. About this, give me perception.
Perception. Can I change that to a sense motive check?
No, it's perception.
Alright.
Not high enough. She says, yeah, we are.
And so, how exactly did you two get into the situation?
He decided to eat the noble who was being an asshole in the area, and we didn't get out of the area fast enough.
Sounds like typical adventurer stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. It happens.
So why do they think it's a good idea to put him into debt with anybody? He seems like a kind of dangerous fellow.
Oh, he's harmless. gosh. Everybody always thinks he's dangerous. That's silly.
Izzy
Scratch
kind
him
of
behind the ears and he purrs. It's fantastic.
That's. Well, Izzy wanted to say racist, but then he remembers when he gets scratched, and he's just like,
He's
Yeah.
like, you're not wrong.
he's like,
Stereotyping, but it's a really adept stereotyping.
he's like, he's trying to get offended, but he's just like, wait, no, that's true.
Mhm. She reaches between the bars to scratch your ears.
Izzy reluctantly purrs. He's just like, damn it.
She giggles and she's like, see?
I'm going to ignore that offense to continue trying to help you two.
She just laughs a little bit.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, this situation doesn't seem as severe as I thought, but with one of the prisoners being able to literally unlock a cell and everybody being so casual about your offenses.
We're more village irritants than anything else.
Wow.
A whole bunch of us moved in together. We're almost all friends.
Everyone is Bryce's friend.
Well, then, can I ask a favor from the both of you?
Sure.
Your friend said, oh wait, do I know that Vampire Cat's a monk?
He's not a monk. He's an unarmed fighter.
So technically much more lethal, just less damage variance.
So
I'm like,
yeah, he's got less damage variance. He is more lethal, and he doesn't have a flurry of blows. So he doesn't do a flurry like that. But everything he does is clawing and lethal, and because he's a vampire, he also gets a bite and con drain and all sorts of stuff.
okay, so then it's mostly related to her. And then Izzy will go, well, can I ask a favor? If I help the both of you, I actually want to pry your brain for any knowledge of Oracle powers that you might have.
All right.
Well,
I can help you with that. It's been a long time since I've seen another oracle.
then Izzy will kind of look at a store and go, wait, how much is their debt?
For those two, it's 10,000 gold.
How expensive was that noble he ate?
Well, it's 10,000 gold for two of them.
Yeah, they're 5,000 apiece, but they
Ah.
come as a pair,
And
so it's 10,000.
I'm just gonna put it out there, you're about to make 25,000 gold, so
I mean, it's not like I got any super awesome gear I can buy, so I might as well. But I don't have that gold yet, do I?
not yet. We
No,
have to do. We came here
don't.
first because it looked like an auction was going. We're like, all right, cool. If we get our names in, we can do the selling and then come back and get them. I didn't want to miss that chance. I was like, ooh, we should do this first and then go sell our shit.
One of the things you can do is you can offer a trade. As opposed to just straight money, you can offer trading in what you have.
I know. I was looking down the skill list because barter is a thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, it is. It's praise.
If you want,
So have we had a praise before?
All right. So I'll give you that spreadsheet again. Probably just like the raw magic items are the easiest ones to move because also these are the only people who are gonna have the kind of money to buy them in the first place.
You are correct.
So if you go to miscellaneous magic items on that sheet across to the side, you can either, we could probably put in one big object and get multiples because I also would like to acquire the blade.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't want to move anything that somebody wants.
Nyum.
So a big thing about everything on here, the stuff that you guys have is if it's on here, then it's up for sale because it's not on someone's list.
Yep,
The
all
only
of this is
thing that
totally
doesn't
different.
Yeah, the only thing that's not that way is the party loot of disposable magic items.
Yo,
Because
wait. How do
that's
they
just in
get
a
cloak
bag.
for cloak?
We acquired that before meeting you, and I still had to spend like time making it work. which happened
No.
during the journey.
I might
Yeah.
yoink that. I'm probably going to yoink that. Unless we get the rogue rat, and then he'll probably need it.
I mean, he wouldn't need it because I heartily continually recommend that stealthing around is not a good idea with this party composition. But you know,
It really isn't.
to each their own. If you're
He has
desperate
a
to,
cloak of his own.
yeah, he's set. He's got the Shadow World.
Well, I do have the bastard sword. And then the vicious karma.
How much for the blade?
For Narek is 18,000 on his own.
Ugh.
He grins a little bit and says, "I'm very good at what I do."
Oh, well, I mean, I don't doubt to at that kind of rate. I would imagine it's like Bryce goes for 50 gold. No one fucking buys it.
Bryce honestly goes for only about 250.
His only
because
skill
he
set is
ends up here
partying.
so often.
I'm back.
So like he gets bought and leaves, and he's back in by the afternoon.
Not a rare commodity.
I mean-
He's not.
Alright, I'd be willing to give up the vicious karma for the blade.
All right.
Is that a
Uh,
trade that they accept?
That is a trade that she will accept.
Damn it! I'm trying to find an efficient way to get.
You can always give them these 2 bastard swords and get $1,000 in change.
Oh wait, are there 2 bastard swords?
I've just highlighted 2.
I'm back.
Because I see the bastard sword +2.
Yep, and then right below it is a +1 bastard sword, glows like a torch. It is worth
Oh yeah, you're right.
2,700.
All right. DCL is blind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can just get change. Like, I imagine you don't have to do it exactly. They'll give you some gold back.
Yes,
Oh,
they
but
will give you some gold back. So
Bastard sword glows.
Noku pauses, by the way, and
Yes.
approaches Sif and hands Sif over the broken time ring thing.
Oh, okay. If you're sure.
I won't be needing it because I'm retiring.
That's fair.
Says.
I will definitely have to look into trying to repair this kind of thing, because it's fantastic.
You know what? I was gonna keep
Actually,
it.
how broken is it, Show?
it's in 2 pieces.
Noku,
Like
real
it got
quick.
split down the middle.
Noku, real quick, takes those 2 pieces and attempts to use his ability to repair objects on it.
It doesn't work.
All right, he hands it over, and he's like, "Sorry."
That's fine. I imagine it's gonna take it would take a lot of mojo to fix this. And even if I can't do it, I'm sure that I think back to a certain place and go, I know of people who would definitely be interested in this anyway, regardless of
Yes.
it being broken. Although it's quite a journey for me to get to them.
Noku nods and kind of shuffles towards the middle of the clearing, or just over here.
I was gonna frickin' keep the glowing bastard sword, but Izzy is practical enough to not want a glowing fuck me sign. So yeah, I'll
And
trade
not
it
only
to
that, a
you.
glowing fuck me sign that's really heavy for your tiny child hands and that you can barely use.
Hey, I still carry around a full-length bastard sword. Very hard. I struggle with it, but hey,
It is your people's chosen weapon.
Izzy will trade in the 2 bastard swords.
So you traded that for Narek, and then the 2 bastard swords are 2,700. It's
They are
10,000
there would
for
be
the lot.
1,036 change. Sorry, 1,035 change.
35. Yeah. Plus 3 or 2. So, oh man, that's the difference that you guys
Nice.
have at the moment right now.
Also, yeah, we're trading one blade for another.
You are.
Well done,
in fact,
Olsen.
trading one blade for another.
Sweet.
I like how none of them have commented that a small child-like catfolk, a little, like, almost alive plush on his back, carrying around an owl, just bought 2 people from slavery.
We're adventurers. They have got to be used to this shit.
I mean, they
They
have to.
are pretty used to this shit.
I'm just saying.
No, that's Zeomar.
Yeah.
So these guys are gonna step over here, out of the way of everybody at the moment.
Yeah, sure. get acquainted with them properly and let them know that we've just got we've got some stuff to offload and a friend to help out here in town before we move back on again. But the long and short of it is that we're going to be looking for really super duper duper rare old artifacts and stuff and then reselling them to people.
Sounds like fun.
Yep. And occasionally we get to go around doing, nice justicey kind of things, which is always pretty cool.
Narek is actually small. He is a small because he's a rat folk, and rat folk are little.
Yep.
Is he the smallest?
He is the smallest of this group. Yes.
Damn it.
Alright, let's see here.
Izzy's going to look at the rat folk and kind of sulk when he realizes that he's still shorter than him.
Sweet.
Actually, Izzy, how tall are you?
Oh, let's see on the character sheet if I actually put that in. I don't think I did.
Because Narek is exactly 4 foot.
Izzy might be smaller by a few inches. Yep, Izzy is smaller.
So,
Hey, Ziomar is shorter than Noku.
perception.
Everybody or?
Everyone who's in the area, you can get perceptions.
Yay.
Yeah, great rolls.
So,
Bulk.
if you got a 20 or higher,
Do I
you
roll
notice
with No, I'll just roll for Ziomar.
you can
Fine.
roll Noku's if you
Alright.
want, because he'll see it as he's leaving. So what you missed earlier, Izzy, but you see now, is Chris immediately hugs the cat person, and you notice on the juncture on the left side of her neck are scars from bite marks. But it doesn't seem to be a sort of enthralled sort of thing. They seem to be legitimately affectionate with each other.
So they're just kinky.
Yeah, they seem to be in a relationship.
Well, to be fair, vampire bites are supposed to feel fuck amazing.
They do, in fact, feel fuck amazing.
Fucktabulous.
Fucktabulous.
And Izzy got to see this, but the rest of you missed it.
Apart from
This is a vampire standing in daylight.
Izzy has indeed questioned that, and we'll further question that later.
I believe he
For now-
revealed an amulet or something. I wasn't
He
close
did.
enough to actually know that in character, but...
Yeah, he did.
I'm getting a phone call. What the heck? Okay, and then they just hung up before I could answer.
Convenient. They must have known that you were playing D&D.
This happens a lot, actually. People will call, then just hang up before I can answer.
Weird.
So, your end. These
Yes.
two are talking to you. Or the woman is talking to you. Red-headed lady, pointy ears, one blue eye, one gold eye. She introduces herself as Jasmine. And she asks if you would be interested in a job.
What's the pay?
I'm trying to remember what she offered you guys.
1,500 gold up front, then 7,500 on completion.
Oh no, I thought it was 8,500.
Yeah,
It's supposed to
8,500,
end up to
so it
10.
makes it up to
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Wait a second, that maths was short.
Yeah. She offers you 10,000 gold straight up.
Okay then.
That was a good ass deal. Take it. Take the deal.
She points to the group that's buying people, and she says, I've hired these people already, and I can see that they're gathering other allies. It might be a good idea to have a few more hands along to help them. So I'll hire you to assist them as well.
It's good to me. What exactly is this job?
They're gathering artifacts for me. They're gathering items of great magical power.
And that's a deadpan stare.
Every magical item they bring me that's of significant enough power, I'll buy from them for double what they would normally sell it for. She hasn't told any of you that, by the way. You guys have no idea of that.
Yeah, no, we thought it was just collection for 10k. It's so delicious.
I haven't told you any of that.
Well,
Yo, Fen.
I'm so tired.
I'm not surprised.
you
You've been
poor
traveling
thing.
for how long now?
I was up for 24 hours straight. I got a 4-hour sleep in the hotel last night. And then I got up at 3 a.m. to go back to the airport.
Ugh.
Here I am.
Ugh.
So
There he is.
so Fen, you get to be here just as they've run into Baza and Bryce.
Oh, man. Could not have timed it more perfectly.
Couldn't have at all.
We've bought the contracts of a couple of indentured servants, so they'll hang with us until those contracts are paid off on our end.
Mhm.
We
Or
finally
until
we finally have someone who is legitimately dope as fuck at traps and locks, so we don't have to like get eaten by every chest.
You do.
But what will I run my face into?
I mean, because when it's he
Walls,
can't
mostly.
disable the monsters, so you know he'll be like, that one there is a fucking monster, and then it's Callan's time to shine.
Yeah,
Excuse me, I believe you asked for a giant armor doggo.
Narek has offered, like, his contract is pretty much he will come with you and disable any traps or anything that needs unlocked, but he's not gonna fight.
So he's the master of unlocking.
He is the master of unlocking.
He's dope. He like at one point just while he was talking just went and popped open his cage and closed it again.
He'll be very useful if there's ever a zombie apocalypse. Man, this slave market reminds me of the one I did in Dragonlance.
I mean, it's got two of your fucking characters, and I'm not surprised.
Where we got Baza and Bryce from.
It's because I love them so much. They're so fantastic. Both of them are jacked way up from when I got them from you, though.
Oh, I bet.
Bryce is hilarious though. He's the cheapest one here because he just endlessly gets into fucking sex mischief. He's a sex pest.
These guys aren't slaves. You buy, yeah, like I said earlier a second ago, you buy their contracts and they work with you under the length of their contract until the price goes away. Chris and Zaylin cost 10,000 gold. They were 5,000 apiece. Narek cost 18,000. Bryce cost 250 gold. Mostly because he has sex in the streets and lewds everybody up.
That sounds about right.
So he gets in, somebody buys him for a fun time, he gets out, causes a huge mess, makes orgies happen, ends up back in the cage by the end of the evening. And he doesn't seem bothered by it. He seems to be quite amused because it brings him a regular little clientele.
He's apparently far more harmless in this setting.
He's Astoria, the lady who runs the market, does tell people that no, he'll hypnotize you, take everything you own, and then leave you wanting more, to the point that you hunt him out if you're not careful. But everyone here in town knows his tricks, so
they just know him as a purchasable sex pest.
Wow.
so he's a sex pest. Baza's grumpy and kind of surly and quiet, but
That's
not.
Baza.
Yeah, but he's an okay dude. And then here in the far end is one of my lizards, Riza, who's just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, I wish we had place for a Blood Rager, but we've got so much jacked up fight power now that it would be a bit of a waste.
What
It
level
is-
should I be now?
You guys are level
6.
It says it on the thing. Yeah, you guys are level 6.
Even
You
though
will.
we introed Zeomar at 7.
Zeomar and Yorund are both 7. The rest of you guys will hit 7 by the end of this.
Oh
Presumably,
no.
Zeomar and Jorand won't get any EXP.
I
will not.
have to level. No.
It's fine. Also, yeah, we got a pretty good deal on selling off the trades because we were able to move a couple of like the literal miscellaneous magical items, which are quite hard to move because they're expensive. These
My
guys
fucking
had that
cat
kind of
just
money.
bit my nose. Ow.
He missed you. He obviously missed you.
That's amazing.
You were gone
That's
for
really
how
good.
long,
You got it.
fucker?
Yep, fucker.
I had to
Don't
shit
wanna
12
clean my
times in
shit.
this fix.
So Astoria hands you, like once you're done with buying those 3, she hands you paper notes to make up the difference.
Sweet. Yeah, we got them in the table. There is difference. Leet's money worth of difference. Okay, so
Yep.
then next step is selling off all of our stuff. We'll do Jasmine's like big payout last, and then we'll sort out Noku's mayoral manor purchase thing.
Oh man, I think I still have like an assload of cash to collect from the spreadsheet from back in the day.
Nope, that money is all in an unliquidated loot.
It
Okay.
hasn't sold yet.
So we haven't paid that out yet.
Nope,
How does
it's all
Noku
happening
have
at
a
the end of
mansion
this.
then?
Pardon, sorry?
How does Noku have a mansion?
No, we're going to do it. I mean, he's getting paid, although he's not keeping any of this trade and stuff that we're about to do. He still gets to walk away with like 10,000 gold by the end of this and purchase
Purchase a house.
purchase a house from the mayor here, because the job that we've just done, like for Jasmine, pays out another 8,500.
8,500. Yep.
Wait, is this the job that we did, or that we all started on originally, or just one that's happened? While
No,
I've
when
been
we all
in
started
Canada?
originally, like right here is Jasmine. Look,
Oh, okay. So I do get paid for this too. Then.
you will be getting paid for that as well. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes.
Yeah, we're basically doing the session that is moving all of our shit because we have so much of it, and then we get
Yeah.
swole
Presumably
and
we-
rich, and then immediately burn it all on something awesome.
Yep.
I mean, we already burned a good chunk of it on getting a couple of nice people.
Dude, you still have one item on there that's worth 87,000 gold.
Yep.
You haven't burned a chunk of it. You have a lot.
I mean, I would really like that armor myself, but it's just, I'm all in dex. Like everything is dex, and I'm pretty sure that hide armor ruins that.
My character has 22 decks, but he's Zeomar specifically has 22 decks, but he's also going to be wearing full plate later because that's his aesthetic, basically.
Yep. Let's have a look here. Hide armor. What's the max dex on it? Because I might actually just fucking use it. Ah, God, it is 1 short. It's +4 is the limit on it.
So does your
I have
AC still
+5.
go up overall?
Um,
Because that's what matters.
that's true. That's true. It doesn't, like, the max dex doesn't count for things like hitting people and all that shit, does it?
Nope.
Nope.
Let's see here. AC bonus 3. It does go up actually quite significantly. However, it's medium armor, and I can't remember if that fucks with magic spells until later
Wait.
levels.
Is it like normal person medium armor? Because you're a doggo.
Yeah, but it's
It is
magic
normal
armor.
person, medium armor. It
You
will
need-
have to be altered to fit.
You need barding.
I
Yeah,
do.
it
I need
have to be
doggo barding.
alternate.
I have masterwork studded doggo barding right now. But also it's medium armor, and I don't know that I can actually get away with that.
you're
Light
killing
armor.
me,
No,
Cat.
it's no good to me. I would be risking spell failure.
Oh my god, there's so much
Yep.
cat fur. It's everywhere.
Well, that's the life of having a cat.
Take that. Yeah, no, it's sadly no good to me just because for the fucking nature of I can't wear it. It's too
Dog,
heavy.
I swear to God, if you don't shut up.
So you guys, in the time that you've been talking, Bryce has wiggled his way out of his cell and is now molesting the guard standing beside it. And the guard is totally into this.
Oh, Bryce, you sex pest, you.
And you see Astoria just kind of like rub her temples and just give up. She just doesn't say anything. Like this is a common fucking occurrence.
A common
Turns
fucking
out-
occurrence, quite literally.
They've all
Yep.
been just mind controlled to just, take care of him and let him get strange.
Yep. Basically.
Everyone thinks they're on his tricks, but that's the greatest trick of them all.
Yeah, they're all just mind controlled to just go along with it.
Yep, okay, cool. Well, let's begin selling off all of our shit. They have a scroll place and a potion place, right? What was the third wish do? Is
The
that-
third wish is the magic shop.
Sweet. Alright, let's start with offloading the shit out of these potions and scrolls.
So, where do you want to go first?
Noku pauses when we head towards the potion shop and offers to sell any of the potions that he owns because, you know.
If you really want to, go for it.
I mean, he's retiring. He's probably going to keep a small portion of the gold from the selling, but he's got a neutralized poison potion, enlarged person, cure light wounds ×2.
Nah, keep him. It's such as the cost of moving on with another character. They're not going to take all of your loot out. It gets a bit meta-y by that point. And also, we imagine be like, you might need them one day. Sure, you're retiring, but that doesn't mean that danger won't randomly happen.
That is in fact true. Minus unheal.
I mean,
third wish.
Mostly, I just don't want to do the accounting for it. I can't be asked. I value my time. I value my time over it far more.
fair enough.
So we have about 2,837 gold in potions.
Yep.
Good night.
Sif/Scow, did you add the time ring?
It's on my equipment. It's on my inventory.
Alright, so how do I delete the time ring from Noku? There we go.
Yep. Let's have a look here. What was the name of it? Genius in a bottle. Yep. Genius in a bottle is fast.
Genius in a bottle. All right. One moment, and we will go to Genius in a bottle.
I'm like salivating as we go in there because we had to go past a tavern as well. I'm like, oh, food that doesn't taste of ashes.
Oh, that's right. All your food tastes of ash.
Yep.
I mean, I haven't had quite a hunger lately.
I'll be back in a moment. I need to just fetch more caffeine. I crave it.
Yeah. I'm having to open up all of these things.
Hear a cat?
Yeah. He's squeaky.
Yeah, my dog heard him too. He's like growling at my computer right now.
That's adorable.
For about a minute straight, he was just meowing constantly.
So those are there. I'll put there.
Dog, shut up. Come here.
Stack all of you guys together for a second.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Whoops.
Fuck you too then, alright.
Oh, we need Sarah. Okay. And
I'm
we
back,
went
yay.
to Genius and
Welcome
Bottle.
I'm also very, very hungry. If anyone wants to send a wizard some pizza, I will pay you back in, dick pics? I don't know.
You gotta upgrade the blowjobs.
That would involve travel.
No. So, in the Adventurer's Quarter, surrounded by narrow alleys and exotic shops, you find the single-story shop, The Genius in a Bottle. Its neighbors include a tavern called The Laughing Wench and the home of a halfling elf named Ellet. The shop's a single-story brick building with a reinforced wood door. It's well lit by flasks of glowing oil on the shelves, and the shopkeeper is a tall female half-elf. She introduces herself as Findelay, and she asks what she can do for you.
Scout, do you
Yeah.
actually need food?
No, it's fine. I found a bag of crisps. I'll do like some proper cooking later.
Then again, this is from America, but I've got a $30 gift card. So if you actually need food,
I don't need food. That's very nice of you to offer, but I'm okay.
I was gonna say if you're If you're dead broke, I can chip you some months.
No, it's fine. But very appreciated, thank you. It's
Also
not
a
what you
cat.
can do for us, but what we can do for you. And then, like, slowly start having to, like, fist out with a mage hand bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle.
Just flip the
Her
bag on the
eyes go really wide, and she's like, well then, okay.
Yep. We've come across quite a lot of these, but amongst our collective, we have more than enough magical abilities to, you know, actually cover for what these potions would provide. And in this case, we sort of need the money more than we need the objects, and you have a new potion seller, so we figured, you know, it's a pretty good trade right there.
It is. That is a very good trade.
Yeah, our initial appraisals bring us to a little bit shy of 3,000 gold's worth of potion here.
It does look about right. Let me
I'm sorry,
see
do
if-
we have $93,000 or gold worth of wands?
Yes, because one of those wands is a quickened meta magic rod.
Rod.
Oh,
Yeah, I put a couple in there. I put them down as wands, but they're rods.
that's horrifying.
Yeah, I really actually quite like that, so I might hang on to it, but I put it in there for now, just in case. Because they're pretty cool. I don't remember if they're just use per day or if they had a set number on them. I needed to look into them more. But also it's a lot of gold, and that would be quite cool. The issue is moving it, because that's a lot of money to move.
It is.
So we're starting with potions. Nice, easy potions. None of them are just abhorrently expensive.
She offers 2,500 gold for the lot.
Has anyone got any talent for bartering? I'm okay at it, but I'm not amazing.
Zeomar offers to try and help.
Like the really stammery dude. I'm like, no, I mean, alright, fuck it. I'm sure you could
So
do us
he's
a
got-
little bit better than that. A lot of these came from really rare locations. I imagine that you could go back through some of their ingredients and find some things that haven't been done in potions for a while. Fuck.
Zeomar steps forward and offers a few words of encouragement and mentions the risk likely involved in acquiring these potions in the first place.
Alright,
By
well
the
played.
way.
All right, she'll give you the 1-for-1. She'll give you 2,700 for him.
Sweet. 2,700. Excellent.
Just because he's awkward doesn't mean he can't get his way.
I will take those off. Cool. Those are all sold, and we now have 2,700. Excellent. And thank her for her time. Has she got anything here, actually, you know, besides potions? If she's got anything useful to purchase?
Genius in a Bottle only has potions.
Okay. It was always worth checking.
She has an elixir of fire breath, a sneaking, a swimming, oil of levitate, potions of bear endurance, lesser restoration, misdirection, protection from cold, and shield of faith +3. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't think we need any of that. Unless any of that sounds like something you guys want.
Nah.
I'm just doing half-orc stuff in the corner.
Gross.
Yep.
Do it.
So this half orc just kind of like wandered up to your party and started walking with you. He just kind of made his way over and was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna derp around with you guys, and didn't really say anything.
What happened to Necromancer, bro?
Necromancer bro's gone.
He's working.
You woke up one day and he wasn't there. Like he'd vanished. Like
Did
all
he
of
take
his
my
stuff.
wallet?
Yes.
Oh. Well, it's a good thing I was broke.
Yeah, it's a good thing there was nothing in it. That's probably why he did it, just for the fucking sake of it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's off in gay baby jail right now.
Yes, he's in gay baby jail. So, yeah.
Cool. All right then.
She doesn't really have anything more than that.
All right, cool. And we'll thank her for her time. And move on to Champion Scroll, and we'll offload the scrolls we got.
All right.
Let's see here. All right, we have 3,600 in scrolls.
Yeah. That you do.
I think of all of them, the only relatively useful one is Ray Enfeeblement, but I'm shit with actually using a scroll. My use magic device is not my actually best skill because I already do magic.
Magic is not to be trusted.
Oh, please,
Yeah.
you love it really.
Some people
Oh, I
are
don't.
allergic to magic.
I was only temporarily allergic to magic.
You just get a pass because you're a doggo.
This is true, I'm pretty great.
You missed it, Fen. Last week,
Oh god, the
Sif was
fucking
temporarily-
probabilities.
Oh yeah, probability storm happened.
I have gills.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Noku got swole.
What?
Yeah, he got another buff. It's like the character he's retiring just is continuously getting stronger and stronger.
As if killing the Lich by yourself wasn't enough.
Yeah, he
No,
walked into a
it
probability swarm and came up with more muscle and height.
And I'm turning into a gaff lane.
Wait, turning into a what?
A gaff lane.
Oh. I was gonna say quit living my dream life, but
Yep. And yeah, I've got gills.
I accidentally pressed my-
And I was temporarily allergic to magic, which meant the casting of it and the wearing of magical equipment.
Took 1
so
point of
that I-
damage
so that
every time, every minute.
round, I think it was.
Hour.
Yeah.
I think it was every hour.
Yeah.
And it was
Just
every
every
time
hour,
you
every
cast a spell and every hour of wearing the equipment.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I on the
Yeah,
journey journey back, I had to cast Remove Curse as a scroll out of a book, and I'll be making sure to learn that one properly later when I have enough levels, which is next level. Thinking about it.
you gotta, get yourself the EpiPen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just magical EpiPen armor.
Great.
It's cool.
It was pretty amazing.
Nom, nom, nom.
So you end up in you end up at the Champion Scroll. In the Arcane Quarter, known for its wizards and alchemists, the street is watched by a squad of the town guard. And the shop is a single-story building hewn from an outcrop of crystal with a tiled mosaic floor. The air is filled with the scent of ancient tomes and scrolls, and the shopkeep is an half-elf named Rarder Garn. He's absent-minded and always seems to be looking for something.
Well, is he looking for? And then again, I pull out fucking stack scrolls.
His
Nice.
eyes go wider and wider.
I swear it'd be easier to just dump them out on the desk.
You can't really do it out of a magic bag, because then also all of the other
And
random
with the
shit would roll out, which is a bad idea.
Yeah, luckily we have no, we don't store all that in the haversack.
No, it's in the
The
bag of
haversack
holding
is
too.
The haversack is one thing that Noku definitely gives back to the party, though. Obviously.
Yeah.
Because that was.
I don't know. They have enough money that they're going to be able to buy their
Yeah.
own.
Yeah, no, in this case, we already have a bag of holding too, so it's fine.
Yeah, fair enough. So Noku keeps his fancy backpack.
Mm-hmm.
He'll
Noku
use on
gets
his
to keep his
nature hikes.
awesome backpack.
Yep. So then we rack it all out, and I go, well, at our first appraisal, you are looking at 3,600 gold's worth of scrolls right here.
Huh.
Also, if you happen to purchase wands, we've got a bunch of them too.
I don't do wands. But
Want to?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't know who I even offered that to, but
To a half elf.
To a half-elf
Okay.
scroll seller.
cool. All right, yeah, that works.
He appraises your stuff, sees how much it's worth, and offers you 2,000 for it.
2,000. Come now.
Oh, ball.
Don't pull the wool over this. I'm a dog, not a sheep.
Yeah, but I can make almost all of these.
Zeomar
You just
attempts
did most
to
of
use
your
the
job
same
for
logic
you,
that Sif used
so.
at the last place, mentioning that a lot of these were looted from an ancient place, and that the study of how they were made might be something that could help him improve his own skill in his
Yeah.
scroll crafting.
I will specifically point out some of the ancient penmanship.
Wait, so he's a half elf. So so these scrolls should have some ancient elven language on them.
Yes,
still.
that's true. Actually, a lot of them. I point out a lot of them. Like these. I mean, yes, magic itself is a universal language, but this is elven penmanship.
And even if you can make them, not having to make them yourself saves you an assload of time, and you can flip them for a quick profit.
Well,
Even if paying us a fair price for them means that the profit's not enormous. Fuck you, rolling a 7. Fuck you.
Hey,
Get outta here.
Increases Zeomar's roll. Aid another.
He'll give you
Nope.
2,500 for the lot of them,
All right.
and that's as high as he can go.
You're
That's
breaking
fine.
my balls here. You're
I'm
breaking
bringing
my balls.
All right.
I probably should have been diplomacy.
That's cool.
You probably should have been.
It's fine. Zeomar actually fucking nailed the last one, which was very appreciated.
Hi,
Yeah,
DCL.
I take it that guy did not have
Also
that much
high.
money.
He
Wait,
doesn't.
what's-
He only has 2,500 gold to spend on stuff like this.
Oh
Sweet.
my god, why have I not been rolling? I have been spacing out just listening to you guys talk, and
That's
I have
cool.
the highest diplomacy roll, and I keep
What's your
forgetting that.
diplomacy?
My diplomacy is plus 16.
Dang, yeah. That's,
Yeah.
That's only 3 points higher than mine.
It's true.
It's
true.
still it
when
still matters.
Zeomar gets 1,000 gold to spend, he's going to take one of his one-time class features that will increase one single skill by class level plus 10.
That's pretty
permanently.
gross.
So I'm debating between diplomacy and perform dance.
Dance, obviously dance.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding? How is that even a question?
Yo, sorry.
Yeah, he would go from 14 to 21, 31 roughly, and that would just go up.
Absolutely, 100%. You should be obviously putting it all into dance. Are you kidding me?
The best in the world at dancing.
The best
Yes.
in worlds at dancing. If my specifically worded
So-
wish ends us with a spell jammer, we can take this dance on the road.
So one
Yeah,
of the things you notice as well about this guy, this is also the library. This will be where you can offload your books.
Ah. Yeah, okay. And now that was a wonderful, wonderful trade here. Hopefully we haven't tapped you out, because we happen to have some more things, and these are definitely rare. If you thought those books, those scrolls with Elvish scripting were rare, and then I do like that little mildly evil cackle, and I start pulling out book. They're all technically, they're the technically mundane ones, but they're all like written in Elven, and
Yep.
they've all got like fucking rich scripture, and they're made of rare materials.
So
and aren't the elven ones actually magical in that they help
We're not
you
giving up the
maintain-
magical ones though. They aren't
Oh.
recorded on this.
Okay.
So those are exciting, and he gets kind of thrilled about them, and he will. That's too much.
Now I can't help but notice that cost you already a lot of gold. You'd be willing to make a trade. Admittedly not for scrolls though, as you can see we're quite set. Unless you happen to have one of, equivalent worth that's quite rare.
He has, because it's 2,000. It's 2,600. 2,700. He can offer you. He has a scroll of mind fog, and and a set of 4 divine scrolls that equal out to about 1,500 gold. It's mind fog, daylight, protection from energy fire, remove curse, and spike growth.
Ooh. Ooh, those are actually all really quite useful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Is
Did I
everyone
delete that?
is everyone okay with that trade?
I just remembered
I
to
mean,
take.
Zeomar's just trying to be helpful at this point because he's technically hasn't heard you say that he's part of the group yet. He's just kind of following along because, yeah.
That's fine. He probably has heard it mentioned because Noku came over and talked. Was like, "Yep, once we've done all of our offloading and stuff, we'll have to invite him along." Then he sounds like a cool dude.
Is there any place on the chart to mark who owns what?
No,
Who's using
when you've got it in your inventory, you put it in your inventory, and we take it off of this party loot box.
All right, then let me get this off.
Could I get a link to this document? Because I don't have it handy.
Here you go.
How about I just cross it off?
Oh man, I missed my desktop.
So he does admit to you that the trade of scrolls is not quite worth what the books are, but anything else he adds to it is just going to go over the cost of the books, and he's not willing to do that.
No, that's understandable, and honestly, it's a half-elven librarian. This is going to be of cultural significance and value to you. I'm happy to let it go for the cost of the scrolls that you've listed.
And you also get this niggling little tickle in the back of your mind of a fellow who you bought a 30,000 gold book from, a 50,000 gold book from.
There's a lot of bad. There's a lot of bad karma going around in the world. I'm willing to let this go.
Who you should probably go back and offer some amount of payment.
Yeah. Next time there is a round trip, I do intend to visit the guy again. Yeah. No. I'm happy to let it go for those scrolls.
Good God, that's so much money.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. All right.
The thing is, we probably, even in this town, won't be able to get quite all of it traded off.
No, we're about to tap out this fucking town. Alright, so I'll take all that shit off there. And if you want to put the scrolls into just like the top part of party loot, that would be dope.
Your golds are belong to me.
Mm-hmm. I will do that.
Meow.
Here, cat.
He
Yep.
gave you... He gave you mind fog,
Welcome to my life, everyone.
which is...
I'm not petting him right now.
That's why. God, he's
Yeah,
such
that's
an
the problem.
asshole.
See,
He missed you,
Not-
obviously.
now he stops because I'm petting him.
Well, it's
Mhm.
cats.
This has been the past hour.
Well, yeah.
You shouldn't have left them.
I know, you're so mean.
Well,
I'll be
I think,
right back.
I don't think he would handle flying very well,
Probably not.
or other people. He's not much of a people person. Oh my God, Cat! I'm gonna murder you. Right in your sleep. 2/3 of your life, you're doing it. You'll be vulnerable.
Those two number totals are just like the money from those sales. And we'll count it all out
Okay,
and cut it
that's
off
fine.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Alright, excellent. Thank him for his time. I'll shake his hand with a mage hand.
Man, how do you shaking hands with an invisible hand must be really awkward for the person.
It doesn't have to be invisible. It's like whenever I'm using it to do things visually like a hand, it's like glowing yellow force.
Oh, okay.
He shakes your hand, but his nose is already in a book.
Understandable. Yep. Thank you for your time. And we'll move on. Getting a remove curse scroll alone was fucking valuable as hell to us. Cause
He has a scroll of binding.
Oh god, what was the exact for binding?
The scroll of binding is an 8,500 gold scroll.
Yeah. We're not buying it. I can't remember what the spell binding does.
Binds an outsider or planar creature into your service, I believe.
Oh shit. No, I don't want to do that. It's one thing to purchase a slave, that's all legal and cool. I don't want to bind the services of others to me, that's not nice. I get a lot. It turns out that I'm actually apparently quite good at getting along with outsiders. It would be really mean of me to do that. You gotta channel your inner good boy.
Just imagine
And
it
then-
just being the genie.
Yeah.
The last place you want to go is Third Wish.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll try and offload as much of our magical stuff as we can. I imagine that hide armor is artifact level because of its fucking price, so we might be able to move that off with Jasmine as well.
Oh, I like that token art.
Yes, I love it. I can tell when they're mine because they've got the blank silver border with the grid cut on them.
Yep. So this shop is a 2-story timber and brick building with elf-wrought wooden shelves. The air is filled with the scents of ozone and burning wood. The shopkeeper is a female gnome named Karen. She is bouncy.
Hi.
Hi.
We have
Hello.
lots of magical stuff. Would you be willing to buy any of it?
I love magic stuff. Let's see what you've got.
All right, and then I will again into the magic bag goes the hand, and then I managed to move out most of it. One of the things that like just literally too heavy for the magic hand, and we're like, in fact, a couple of them are. I'm like, Callan, can you pull out the armor? This thing only lifts like 5 pounds.
You gotta make a better version of that. Better start working out.
I try. Turns out that magic hand crunches don't work.
Gotta make a level 1 magic hand.
Maybe. But then also, anytime I wanted to use it to do things, I would be wrong on magic table. It's just the risk inherent because I want to.
Shouldn't you be doing that with cantrips too?
I don't know, actually.
You're still casting spells.
I suppose I am, aren't I?
I mean, if you would do that, then also innate spells should be rolling.
Spell-like abilities do. Supernaturals don't.
So technically, yes, but Sif can't get around without the hand.
Yes,
So
you
I
can.
haven't been making
He,
you do
ha-
it.
he has. Steve
I have
who
a
doesn't
Steve.
need
I have
a
a Steve for
hand.
doing
Yeah.
this. You're right. I've just been lazy. I will stop using my mage hand all the goddamn time.
No, keep using it all the goddamn time.
That's
but
so
roll.
scary, though.
Because I want to see you turn into some kind of freakish floating upside down person who can't be warmed by fire that sneezes every time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you already have
Another player
gills.
character.
Sif
He's got
almost,
hat ears and gills.
Sif almost became magic mute and unable to use his own magic due to the mutation table. So ever since then, I think he's a little bit more cautious about it.
Yeah, becoming allergic to my own innate magic was a scary moment.
It's kind of funny though.
It was funny. Goddamn probability storms. Okay, yeah. So once that's all laid out, we have 116,500 gold worth. I'm gonna assume that there's no way we're gonna be able to sell the hide armor. So about 30,000 gold's worth of magical equipment.
She'll trade for it. For the hide armor.
Ooh, what you got on trade?
So she has a stone horse, a courser. That is worth 10,000. Actually, no. The thing she offers you is a staff.
Interesting. What does the staff do?
It's a staff of conjuration.
Ooh. Is that the one that just augments conjuration, or just allows you to do them per day?
Allows you to do them per day. It's the 50,000 gold one.
Ooh. Oh, that is quite good. It does indeed do summon monster 5 and shit like that, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's really nice. However, I don't have the skill necessary to use that staff. It is the caster level 13 staff. I would have to nail my use magical device check every time.
No, you don't. You only have to nail your UMD once, and then you can use it.
I could do it and take 20
God.
and just do it once and then learn it, couldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just came back to the bathroom. Should I be rolling for diplomacy?
No,
Crafting
we're
this-
figuring out barters right now.
You would have to talk to roll for diplomacy.
Yeah.
This is fair.
Can't
Crafting
just
that
murder
staff
hobo.
Must,
You say this to the healer.
crafting that
literally don't
staff
know.
must have been fucking just hell on ice.
You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
just heal hobo, DCL.
Okay.
Unmurder hobo.
She pulls out a thin. She pulls out a thin, almost crystalline ring, and slides it over with it.
Hmm.
The ring is super magic.
Ooh. Let's see here. By description, part means like ring of air control.
Mm-mm.
Alright, what would the ring be?
She tells you it's a ring of invisibility.
Oh, you got yourself such a deal.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
I can already turn invisible.
Alright.
Well,
So-
maybe.
Can't.
She happily
character
takes
doesn't
this
know.
armor. She happily takes this armor, and as you watch, she's in. Before you can even like offer anything else, she is enraptured by what she's doing. You see her. She waves her hands, and like orbs of color solidify between her hands, and you see her pulling the enchantments out of this armor, and it floats around it, and she's taking it apart
Yeah,
and
I'm not gonna
inspecting
interrupt
all
that.
of these. She's inspecting all of these different elements of the magic armor.
Yeah, undead controlling slick, improved shadow, light fortification, silent move, and it has a glamour spell on it.
And then she's putting it back.
Now that's awesome.
hmm
And I assume that she's using an object to actually inspect these because, like, magic ain't going fucking cray house.
No, she doesn't seem to be using an object for it.
Supernatural ability?
Seems to be.
Interesting.
So,
Wow.
She
Yeah, I'll wait
will-
for her to finish because interrupting her while she's doing that seems like a fucking bad move.
so that's 87,125, I think. 120.
Yep.
I'll take 5 extra gold, you know.
And she gave you what amounts to 55,900 and 20.
That's fine. I don't think we could have moved that
So-
whole thing.
Yeah, you're short. It's there's an 11,000 gold difference.
Let's see if we
but
can make that up in some gold or some other thing.
you don't think you don't think you're gonna be able to get anything else from that.
Okay, that's
You-
fine.
You're unlikely to find anyone else who's willing to give you over half of what that armor is worth.
Yeah, no, that what we got was 2 fucking incredible items, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So this chick can move enchantments between items.
She can.
What
When you like, if you talk and ask her about it, she tells you she's an enchanter, and this is
Okay.
everything she does.
So I've got this heavy steel shield and this tower shield.
Mhm.
Oh god.
How much would it take to get all of the things on this put on this?
It would take me 2 days and 1,500 gold.
Let's see.
Well, we've still got a remaining 30,000 in these arcane in these magic objects that we probably can't move all of. So let's see how much we can sell, and then we'll give the rest up as trade for that if you want.
Well, it's fine. I can just put that Callan owes the communal fund.
Well, no, because as I say, like there's a very high chance we can't even move all of these objects. So doing what we can to sell it and then just trading them all off is better than you owing us because we wouldn't be able to make the
Okay.
money anyway.
All right.
So let's see here. Yeah,
Oh,
the rest of it we have
these.
30,000 in random magical shit remaining to trade off.
So this price is gone. You will get no more from this.
Yep. Let's see here. So let's say, would she be willing to give us 14,000 gold for the rest of this, and also transfer that enchantment?
Yes.
Sweet.
Well, she does offer you a chance to look at her other magical items and see if you're interested.
Is there any light armor?
She has wands.
Hmm.
No, she doesn't have. Well, she has one set of full plate that's hanging out on a thing in the back wall.
Ziamar speaks up. Is that full plate magical?
It is. It's +2.
+2.
So she has a ring of water walking, the stone horse courser, a wand of summon monster 2. She has 2 wands of summon monster 2 actually. She has a wand of silence, a wand of owl's wisdom, wand of magic missile 3rd level, a wand of inflict critical wounds, a wand of greater invisibility, a wand of chaos hammer 8th level,
Ooh.
and a wand of burning hands.
Let's see here. We also have wands. Admittedly, like a bunch of them are 40 charge wands, so it would be silly of us to give them up. Like that daylight wand and the ray of frost wand are actually legit as fuck. Let's see here. How much is the inflict wounds would be good because we have no way of curing an undead right now. How much is the inflict wounds?
The inflict wounds is 13,400.
Ugh, a bit steep.
And it only has 32 of its 50 charges. Because it's inflict critical, so it's the 48.
Ooh, God, that's a really high one. Just even in a fight as well, that would be a useful fucking wand.
It is. It's a really high one, but because it only has 32 charges, that's why it's not as expensive as if it had all 50.
Okay, all this stuff then for that wand, 1,000 gold, and the transfer on Callan's shield.
Yep.
Shit.
Sound good?
Yes.
And have you kept that cloak in the end, DCL? Because you're welcome to do so.
And that was 13,400. 140, technically.
Yep. DCL, I ask again. The cloak, are you keeping it?
Keeping what? Sorry.
Oh my god.
Cloak.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping my cloak.
Okay, cool. I'll take the price.
Did you also sell off the bracers of archery and scarab?
Yep. That was
Okay.
included in that amount because it came to the total in the end with the wand and the 1,000.
Yep.
So how much money did they have left over? If any?
We have like 1,000 gold left over from this one, and the difference of the last stuff is from our trades in the middle of the auction.
Okay.
So you are getting. So your wand difference. Or not your wand difference, your scroll difference is. Oh no, you didn't get any of that.
No, scroll sorted. The maths for those two they're already there in disposable magic as the 2,500 and the 2,700.
Yeah, because he couldn't pay you for those.
Yep. So yeah, that's the rest of our stuff here.
Yep, and then you have these handful of wands and the meta magic rods.
Yep. I mean, we don't need the Wanda Goodberry.
Ziamar asks if you'd be willing to trade anything to try and get that +2 full plate for him.
How much is the full plate cost?
That's a good
The
question.
+2 full plate is. I have to open up Third Wish again. It's 5,650.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this distinctive armor was created by the elves of Enambad. So this is another sect of elves that created this. It's very, very well made full plate. It's of a lighter metal color. You think it might be mithril. You can't tell.
All right. Can you see all the stuff I've highlighted there in disposable magic and the difference that's sitting in Misk? I'll trade all of that in for the full plate. It leaves us with a 200 difference, but I imagine we aren't getting exact cost for all this stuff.
You're not gonna get exact cost for it. But yeah, she'll trade it.
Cool.
She'll trade that over.
All right, enjoy your full plate +2.
Thank you kindly.
Oops.
And then all of your miscellaneous magical items are gone.
Yeah, sorted.
Sorted.
Look at that. We're doing a good job here.
Great job there.
We knew this would be a long session of trading, but it needed to be done after all of the spoils.
It did. It really did.
Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, sellable books is now... That's off, that's done. Made 2,600 off of that. I assume it's in gold, I'll just put it in there.
It
Wait, how much was it?
was 2,600.
There we go. Cool.
All right. Zeomar's armor class went up by 2 for that.
Yay!
Nice.
It will look even better when you start dancing like crazy. Alright,
So you can go to the armor.
Did I post that?
You can go to the armor or the weaponsmith to sell off the random masterwork items.
sure, do they go for the amounts there?
Yeah, let's go to the
They'll come for half, yeah. So the weaponsmith, they will direct you to the weaponsmith,
Cool.
and they tell you the place that the weaponsmith runs is called the Grim Blade.
Sweet.
So grim.
It is. It's super grim.
What? Oh.
It's so grim that Billy and Mandy had adventures there.
Nice.
Why you gotta
Yeah.
bring that up?
Cause Billy and Mandy.
Now I
Show
just
us
feel
what's
sad
up.
that it's gone.
Like Billy and Mandy.
Yeah.
Lives on in our hearts.
It does.
Let's see, we also have
note-
we also have gems, but we can probably keep that as just liquid currency for purchasing stuff. Or unliquid.
You can keep the gems. If you try and sell them, you will only get half
Yeah.
because not enough people deal in gems and work with them to be able to buy them for full cost.
That's fine.
Also gotta
So
keep
we'll,
in
we'll,
mind
we'll
that-
keep them for trade-ins instead, because they'll probably do this. That will actually go at a better rate.
They will.
Cool.
Zeomar, for reference, has 2 big-ass swords. One regular-sized bastard sword, which are still pretty big, and one sized for large creatures.
Dope.
Why is your character so anime?
Because I am anime.
So you
Not giving
return to the adventure quarters. What you hear about is you hear tales about a nymph that lives in this area. But you also find the street based on the description of the fact that the nymph lives here and that it's lined with stone walls. The shop is a single-story stone building with tall, dwarf-wrought wooden shelves. It's lit by magic candles and chandeliers, and the shopkeep is a short male dwarf named Objorn. He
This guy's
seems to
face
know the
looks-
name of everyone who enters the shop. even yours.
Sweet. Hey there.
Hello.
We have a few bits and pieces that we're looking to offload. It's all, as far as I'm aware, masterwork, and indeed, since it came from Elven Ruins, I imagine they've got a little bit more going for them as far as worth is concerned, because this is never going to turn up ever again.
Yep. So you walk in, and he's talking to you, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Izzy, you use a bastard sword, don't you?
Yeah.
So there's a bastard sword on the wall that catches your eye because it's small sized. And when you get close enough, you get, hey, little man, come here.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
Izzy will look left and look right.
No, me, here, on the wall, come here.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god, is the sword
Hey,
talking to me?
listen! If you hold Z to target...
Pick me up.
I don't think it's a good idea to randomly pick up swords that are telling you to pick them up.
Come on, pick me up.
I don't know. I think it's a pretty great idea, little cat.
Come on, just
Izzy's
this
gonna
once.
kind of turn around to the grumpy shopkeep and go, "This sword is telling me to pick it up."
I think you're hearing voices, little man.
Sweet, do it.
Zeomark actually mentions that hearing voices isn't all that bad.
Oh yeah, totally.
Come on, pick me up.
Izzy's going to slowly back away from the sword.
Oh.
No, come back. I'm
Look.
bored to tears on this fucking wall, man. Come here.
Look, man, it's just a little weird to see a sword talking to you and telling you to pick it up.
Sif will pad
bored.
over and go, I believe you were looking for lessons on how to be a good boy. You're supposed to be helpful.
But it's a sword telling me to pick it up. This can't end well. I'm not the only one who doesn't think this can end well, right?
The only way
No
to
one
get through
else
bad
can
things.
hear it.
No, I'm like, I mean, I can't hear it talking myself, so if it chose you specifically, it probably is for you specifically. Let's put it this way. I'm
Or I
magic
could-
as fuck, and this sword ain't talking to me, is it? And then I'll look at the sword on the wall. Hi there.
Nope.
No,
Or
I
I
ain't hearing a
could
damn
just go
thing.
and complain. That's always an option.
Again, likewise, I'm a
Here's
really
the thing
good
with-
target for magical random bullshit. If it chose you,
Ma-
it might think that you're pretty cool.
Magic
Okay.
doesn't make any sense. You just ram your face into it, and if it blows up, it blows up, but maybe you get cool magic powers.
And maybe you'll get allergic to it.
Sit.
Maybe you'll get possessed by the sword. Maybe you'll be able to kill things awesomely.
Look on the bright
Who
side, we've
knows?
got a scroll of remove curse now.
All right,
Maybe you just have a
All right,
mental
Vinox, so
disease.
stop with the peer pressure.
Come on.
Sif,
come on.
if you could,
Yeah.
just like do a quick glance over the sword, and maybe I'll consider.
Alright, I will stare at it and I'll do a spellcraft check.
It's magic as fuck.
Yeah. All I know is
Oh my
that it's magic as
God
fuck.
fucking damn it!
You don't know I've whiffed it, but I love that
I
this
know,
happened.
but now it's like you don't-
I will assist with my doggo senses and incredible magical knowledge.
It's magic.
As fuck.
Yeah, no.
Oh my
we have
God.
we have a good working consensus here. Go for it, dude. As I say, we've got a scroll of remove curse if worst comes to worst.
Look, this is a magic shop. They wouldn't sell cursed swords.
This one isn't the
What
magic
the-
shop. I mean, yeah, of course.
Oh, wait,
Okay,
this
so
is the
it-
blacksmith, or
yeah.
It's a blacksmith.
yeah. See, they wouldn't sell cursed swords at a blacksmith.
Go for it,
Okay,
dude.
so he's gonna go over to the sword, not pick it up yet. He's gonna go, "Okay, sword, what's your story?"
I'll
name
distract
is-
the blacksmith by having a chat with him.
My name is Mist. Come on.
The sword is like, come on, hurry.
Did you say the sword's name was Mist?
You're not involved in this.
Sorry,
The
that was out of
sword's
character.
name is Mist. He's like, my name is Mist. Come on, let's go.
And
Quite a striking name.
And I'm bored.
How did you get on a blacksmith's wall?
I was forged. How do you think I got on the blacksmith's wall? He's had me sitting here for the last 80 years. I'm losing my damn mind.
Can I sense motive the magical sword?
You can try?
It's not very effective.
It's not very effective. You don't know.
It's really hard to read its facial expressions.
Yeah, you have a bit of
Izzy
difficulty.
Izzy peers really hard for a facial expression. But
Izzy, what
Sees his
is
own
your
character.
alignment?
my alignment is, I would say, probably neutral good.
Fantastic. Are you picking up the sword?
Do it,
Well, I am
pussy.
trying to be a good
Cat.
boy. I guess this is the first step.
It
Izzy
is.
will roll his eyes and pick up the sword.
Fantastic! You are filled with an innate knowledge of what this sword can do. You are also aware that it matches your alignment perfectly. He is also, his name is Mist. He is also neutral good. You are aware that he can hear, he can see for 30 feet in all directions. He has telepathy and empathy. He can cast Zone of Truth 3 times a day. And on a command word, when you strike with him, he adds an extra 1d6 holy steam to his attack. So it counts as water, and it also counts as a smite.
Izzy
So
kind
it's
of like
effective
looks.
against evil.
Izzy kind of like looks around at his body, seeing if anything changed.
No.
When I see that he doesn't explode, I'll be like, how much for the sword?
But when
Suppose
you
that-
swing the sword, because of course you're a little kid, you're gonna swing the sword just a little bit. It's followed by motes of light, and if you bump it against anything, a small burst of light pops from where you bumped it. And
I'm not
and,
going to admit that's cool.
and you hear, hey, be careful, be careful. You gotta watch the metal. I don't want to get scratched.
Do you come with a sheath?
Yes.
Izzy will put the sword in the sheath. I was just about to ask, does it get muffled when it's in its sheath?
It gets a little muffled, but not terribly. But you can tell that it's got like muffled.
How does that even work? I thought you were talking to me telepathically.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just not going to question it. I'm going to take the good luck that nothing exploded.
Nothing exploded. The sword is 9,800 gold. 9,835.
All right. Would you like that sword?
I mean, I guess it's my first step to becoming a good boy.
All right. That's what I like to hear. We'll trade
Yo,
in.
stop paying attention.
Yeah.
I was reading that. I'm just refused to acknowledge it.
We'll trade in the masterwork, armor, and weapons, and then make up the equivalency in gems.
All right.
Because as a blacksmith, he might actually have a fucking use for him, so he'll take them there.
He does. He
So-
does have a use for them.
Sweet. Okay. So, how much is that total again?
It's 9,835.
All right. Cool.
That's how much he costs.
Very
Yes, yeah.
nice.
I'm going to give you the information on Mist.
Mist, the magical sword. I can almost hear the Y in its name.
It is. It is in fact Mist.
Yeah, I thought so.
9,
I mean, it's yours now, so you can rename it.
I'm not going to rename the magical sword just because I'm somewhat bothered by the fact that it's spelled with a Y.
All right,
So
cool.
long as its creators aren't trapped in books, you'll be fine.
Oh god.
All right, there you go. Sword is now yours. Enjoy.
TCL's too young for that reference.
Yeah. It's fine. Cool. And now we've managed to offload our rando shit.
Mm-hmm. And still make out with not quite as much as you thought you were gonna leave with, but a pretty good amount.
Yeah, so at least some rare shit that we wouldn't have found otherwise. What's the recharge rate on that staff's spells, by the way?
It should be just as per the item. I don't recall off the top of my head.
I don't know that it had a recharge rate written on it.
7.
Pathfinder, SRD.
Is it a female sword or
It's a dude.
guys?
It's a male.
Okay.
Well, of
So is
course
there
it's a guy.
any-
It's a sword.
Is there any other kind of special weapon?
There are quite a few special weapons. Cool.
I guess I should look for
Zeomar pauses as we're
scimitar.
doing this shopping stuff and kind of looks around and asks if anyone in the group has magic items or weapons specifically.
Oh
There
yeah.
is a small dart. There is 2 dwarven war axes, one medium, one small. There's a great axe. There's a light flail. There's a long sword, a quarterstaff, and a very interesting looking longsword. All of them are magical.
Too what, once we've got the rest of our cash all sorted, we could, and since we're going to be here for a couple of days while Callan's enchantments get moved around, you could buy like a masterwork scimitar and then buy an enchanted weapon and move the enchantment over.
Mhm.
Let's see. What's the special longsword all about?
So I will need you to do an appraise
Oh.
or a spellcraft.
Would you like a hand?
Yes. Yes.
Allow me.
It's a sort of subtlety.
Oh, they're really good. Those are excellent for sneak attack dice.
This one is of animal intelligence. So when you hit with it, it growls.
Nice.
It's like, I'm so angry.
So it's not really subtle then.
It is, but it makes noise.
Huh.
Let's see here. It provides +4 bonus on your attack and damage when you make a sneak attack with it. Otherwise, it is a +1 weapon.
Yep.
I'm not really interested in that one.
You don't make sneak attacks with the thingy-majig, do you?
Nah.
A shame! It would have been real dope for you otherwise.
I go heads first into battle.
At some point, I look at the sword and go, "Roo, roo, roo."
And it right back.
Yeah, I'm just like endlessly amused by that.
You guys deserve each other.
I have I'm so set for actual magical shit. The only thing I'm missing is dope armor. That's it.
I need a good sword.
I mean, you have mithril armor.
I have masterwork studded armor. I do not have mithril.
Didn't you have a mithril shirt?
Oh right, yes, I needed to get it resized and reshaped.
Yeah.
Oh.
Redoggoed.
Yeah.
So you guys have this half orc who's just wandering around with you, just like
Anytime he wants to speak up, he's welcome to. But otherwise, I'm like, it's cool. We got fans.
you get more and more surprised by all of this magic shit that they're just pulling out and trading away. Like,
Honestly,
this is a lot of expensive stuff.
honestly, I kind of like the idea of the orc just randomly tagging along.
And never
Nobody
speak,
ever-
just like never bring it up, and we just none of us bring it up. No one wants to be the
Never bring
first
it up.
one to break that awkwardness, and since it then goes on for so long, it just doesn't change. Well, if I bring it up now, like a month later, it'd just be weird, right, guys?
GMR sell his old masterwork breastplate that he traded out for the full plate that he got.
Okay.
And I'm just going to.
He'll give you half for it.
Yeah. All right, so 75-ish gold, because I don't know what the base cost of a breastplate is.
Some shit like that, yeah.
Is there also any special armor?
No, he doesn't have any special armor. He seems to be specifically a weaponsmith. Although if he buys armor, you seem to get the idea that he's going to melt it down. His
enough.
intention is to use the metal out of it.
Let's go check
Is
out
there an
the-
armor smith here? Because I would like to go and see one about some reforging.
There was one.
There is not.
Are you able to do a reforging? You see, I've got this lovely shirt here, and
Yeah.
I would need it remodified into barding.
He grumps a little bit, and he's like, "Yeah, I can do that. There's no fun in it, but sure."
I mean, I'll let you destroy the old armor.
So
Yeah. He seems much more excited by that. You get the sense that this guy's passion really is making weapons and having to like do other stuff like make horseshoes or repair armor or any of the other stuff that they need him to do in town just makes him kind of surly and pouty and ugh.
Yeah. Oh my. The SRD is being migrated to a new site. Oh, I can't
It
find
is.
shit.
Oh no, what?
Yeah, the SRD is being migrated, so right now it's
Really hard
none
to
of
find
the
things.
information. Yeah, none of the information's where you want it to be.
Oh no.
It's probably going to take them 2 weeks to do it too.
Well,
Fuckers.
at least hopefully the site will work when I'm trying to prep for D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
know,
the
it's
thing
been
is that the
fucking
pages
failing
are
so
still
many times
there.
recently.
They're just really hard to find. So I'm like a Google, like I can't find the page in the SRD, but then if I Google it, it will give me the SRD's page anyway. All right, cool. Let's see here.
So yeah, Yorand, you've just seen these guys just pulling out money, money and money and money's worth of magic items.
Cool.
I
All right,
really
then.
wish.
I mean,
Kinda-
Ziamar's been tagging along too, but he's just kind of like, man, I wish I were this rich.
Xiomar's been helping,
Yeah.
but Yorand has just kind of been following along just a couple feet from behind you guys.
Sweet. Okay then.
I'm
Yeah.
ready to fight.
I
God.
will. How much does he charge for reforging it into barding?
He'll charge you 150 gold for it.
And what if I give over the masterwork studded leather barding?
Yeah. He'll trade that.
Okay, cool.
He can use it in other stuff.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
Mithril
So-
doggo barding.
So yeah, Ziamar asks if any of you have magical weapons that you use.
Yeah, frequently, like a ton of them.
I've got a +1
right
here.
in here.
What's the highest encircled weapon that you have?
I don't know that I want to say. Really super encircled.
I mostly mean, he says, with the basic enhancement to weapon lethality.
Oh, like, and then I give him the magical equivalent of from time to time +9. Sorry, wait, what is it actually? Yeah, +9 is the maximum that it can reach.
Mm-hmm.
At its basis,
What?
4.
At its basis 4?
Mm-hmm.
Holy. And he asks, what did you allow, even under your supervision, me to train with it for about an hour today?
Actually, I don't know that I should let you do that. I got this as a very important, very dangerous gift.
Well, you think on it. I would just need to train with it for 1 hour, and I would allow you to supervise.
What would training with it for an hour do for you?
I would be able to mimic its enhancement bonus as pure skill.
Oh god, that's an incredibly useful ability. Alright.
Did the
So-
word
As a note for you, you will be able to mimic its +4, not its +9.
Yeah, I figured as much.
You also become Furyborn in just being terrifying.
Sadly, he can't mimic the actual magical abilities. He can train to get like a +4 weapon. He can train to mimic the +4, and it doesn't stack with actual magic. But
Very cool.
he can copy the +4 as a just competence bonus to attack and damage.
Yeah, alright.
So by this time, this has taken you guys all day.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah,
I guess
I'll let you play
No,
with it for an
no,
hour. You can say that was you were given permission to do that at some point. Though you were watched very carefully the entire time.
And all you need to do is basically go through weapon drills with it.
That's cool.
So
Yep. Last stop is Jasmine.
Yep.
Wait, is there a scimitar there?
There
I'm
is not.
Oh,
Okay, now we can go there.
all right. So, okay. Yeah. Let's go see Jasmine and get the rest of this all sorted and done.
Yep. 1 second.
Walking
So
away.
Ziamar is built to be a damage dealer, by the way.
I figured
he-
so. What with the just +4 fists you now have.
Yeah, he has +4 fists, and when he's dual wielding weapons, he doesn't lose his he doesn't go to half strength, and when he's dual wielding in general, he gets his dex as well as his strength.
That's
and then just for attacking, he gets his int to damage.
All right,
But
so you're
it's
gonna be the
fire.
first. You're gonna be the first one we push into like the Ettins and shit.
I-
Like,
I-
enjoy. Callan can stand next to you and be a big old shield.
I hit
Okay.
for 1d8 plus 9, just to throw that out there.
Pretty good.
I hit for I dual wield, so I hit for, let's see here, my
You do have to hit though.
That's true, I do have to hit, but I hit for 2d8 plus 20.
That's so fucking
That's
stupid.
really big.
Yeah.
I literally suck at everything but the couple of skills I'm trained in otherwise.
Like dancing, incredible dancing.
Yeah, when I get 1,000 gold, I'm investing in the ability to dance the best.
I hate you so much right now because now Show's gonna raise this like the power level so much higher.
She doesn't have
Yeah,
to.
she
Remember the shit we're going up against. She does not.
I know
have to.
we're already going up against like really stupid shit, but now we're gonna have to.
Yeah,
Well, no. All it means now is that we'll be able to do less running away and more being like, I think we can fucking take it.
No,
Yeah,
it means Chase will be able to do less running away.
to be fair, that's kind of my entire purpose, is to be able to basically stand behind and make sure you guys can get away if something wants to pursue us. That is the reason I built this character, because I noticed we ran away a lot, and I'm like, man, one of these days something's
Something's
gonna
be quicker than
chase
us. Yeah, fair.
So I literally built this character to be able to possibly win against fights without ridiculous amounts of luck.
I mean, yeah. I just remembered. Wait a second. You're talking about winning unwinnable fights when you soloed the Lich.
Noku was already pretty
He
strong.
was already good.
Noku wasn't that strong though.
No, you just got lucky.
No, I
It's
mean,
true.
not like if you're talking about like power game mid maxing. I mean, yeah, Noku wasn't that strong, but for like a normal character, Noku was great.
It's true.
Noku was pretty fucking impressive. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
To be fair, if this character dies, I'm actually going to switch to a Kobold.
Yay, the weakest.
Yeah,
He'll be the same class, but he'll have a lot less stopping power as a player.
That's gonna be
Uh,
fucking hilarious, and I approve.
Oh, and technically, that's not even my full power because I can buff myself
Final
with
form.
a rage. Yeah, I have a lower
have anime
anima and a
powers.
higher anima, which are basically, yes, anime powers. I can power up and I can go Super Saiyan, okay?
Super Saiyan.
I can +3 or +6 my main stats. But it only lasts until I take damage.
That's fucking funny.
The thing is, it lasts until I take damage, so if I'm somehow being attacked by, you know, the most damaging thing in the world with no accuracy, I can beat on it real good. But if it's got any kind of accuracy, specifically, if I +6 myself, taking damage once makes me to +3, and then if I take damage again, but it can't be in the same round, well, specifically, it can be in the same round, but not from the same creature,
Even
it goes away
crazier
completely.
stack up. That's so disgusting. But all right, I love it.
It's pretty good, yeah.
All right, so has Jasmine at like the tavern by now? I assume she isn't like still in the
She
middle.
is. She is in the tavern.
I'm very excited about the tavern.
You should be
Time to
excited.
get blow up from the toe up.
This character, yes, he is ridiculous, and I love him, but I normally don't build this way. I'm just like, man, we've come across a CR13 and a CR11, and only come away due to sheer luck.
That is true. That
So I
is
decided-
very, very true.
And the thing is, even then, Zeomar can only do so much because he has DR, but it's got a very easy bypass. Notably, any demon can bypass it with their natural weapons. It's cold iron.
Right.
Just
I wouldn't say that's easy.
anything that has DR cold iron bypasses it. That's how DR works, is if you have that
Yes.
DR, you bypass that DR.
I know, but it's like, how common is cold iron?
Every single demon has it.
I mean, how
berries
much?
have it.
How many times
Next
do you expect
level
us to be
have it?
fighting demons?
I mean, we've already come up against like 3, right?
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying. Usually, in like freaking my games I've played, at least, we don't run into demons on a daily basis.
Well,
Not usually.
not usually, yeah, but even then, that's just a random dude who hunts Fae decides he wants to come after me because he finds out, about my character's in-character secret, which is that he's a very watered. He's basically a tiefling. He was turned into a tiefling by a dick-ass demon
Dick ass demon.
who he has to work for, by the way. So that'll be
So, you guys get to the tavern, and you realize as you get here that despite the fact that a lot of the stuff inside is built for medium-sized people, the doors and the doorways are really large, as are most of the tables, as if to suit large creatures.
Zeomar feels very comfortable because he's almost large.
You discover why very quickly. There is a Drider behind the bar.
Yay!
She
Aunt
is
Nancy?
serving customers.
For a moment, I'm like really excited. I'm like, oh, it's not her.
Not her.
So, Zeomar approaches up and goes to the bar. And assuming he can find a space to sit.
Hey, Callan, we should probably business first. You're carrying
Huh?
you're carrying the thing, right? I indicate Jasmine's just like sat at this table over here.
I guess so. Just
That dude's supposed to be at this table.
And Zeomar orders a drink of some kind.
just pull out this crazy frost axe thing.
So,
This
the
rusty
barkeep who
battle
introduces herself, the barkeep who introduces herself as Aramika. Woot. You should know that name, Fen.
I do.
She makes you a drink and hands it over and tells you it's going to cost you 4 silver.
Oh no! However, what?
Is that all?
D&D economy.
Zeomar sits there, pulls out his gold pouch, and pays with 5 gold. And he's like, I'm just going to keep drinking because I can't physically get drunk.
All right. She's like, I'll keep supplying.
This is the Deadpool theory. Where's
You're
Noku
right.
at? Because he probably wants to be here for his last send-off.
Yeah,
Let me
Noku's
go.
icon wasn't put on, but Noku
That's-
approaches Jasmine's table and has a seat.
Yep, let me grab Noku. There we go. She's talking to the pretty boy,
Yep.
and when you guys come over with the axe, fella leans forward and he pushes a couple of notes on the table towards you guys. You recognize them as paper currency.
Sweet.
Oh boy.
There is one for 8,000. They are each 8,500 gold. And there's one for each of you.
Sweet.
Noku takes his and nods, saying thank you.
Was that the agreed upon amount?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it added up to 10,000 gold. You got 1,500 at the beginning and 8,500 for completing the job.
Sweet. Okay. I'll take this moment. Should we give everyone their projected wealth and stuff and just get that out the way?
Yes. I believe so. Yeah, everyone should get their projected wealth.
Noku pauses as... Sorry.
When you get that projected wealth, it will go away off of the actual value of stuff. Your wand, potion, and scroll value is 93.
Oh, well, our projected wealth dropped a lot. Sad.
Yeah.
Oh no, your
Yeah, because we traded a bunch of items.
We
and
don't
stuff.
want our magic stuff apart from that to the
Okay.
yeah, except for that money.
so that goes away because that doesn't matter. You're not selling it.
Yep.
So what you guys each get is now what is listed in the projected wealth.
Yep. Oh, there's also these two numbers here because that's actually just floating gold, 2,500 and 2,700.
Then we also add 8,500 onto all this too.
That just do that in your own dosh.
Yeah.
2,500 plus 2. There we go. All right. I believe that is all correct.
Yep, it looks like it.
Cool.
And I'm assuming my debt is gone now.
Would you like to make your deck on?
Well, considering it's plugged into the spreadsheet, it should be handled.
So it is plugged into the spreadsheet. So for what you do, Callan, it's counted as that. So your projected wealth that you will gain on top of what you have is 1,375.
Yep.
And then once you've
Plus
added,
8,500.
the lizard girl is in here.
I know.
She's having a drink with another lizard folk and a girl that looks like a changeling.
Because out of character, I really like the
Like
lizard.
a
Yeah, same.
Eberron changeling.
But in character, I have no reason to approach her.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, you're a grown-ass man.
She looks like a proper changeling.
So Eberron changeling or
Pathfinder
Pathfinder.
changeling.
okay.
All right.
Izzy is not allowed to have sexual
When everyone's put all of their money in.
Izzy is not allowed to have sexual or romantic interest because he is in the body of a child.
That's a very
Why
good
is
point.
Sif's projected wealth like 10 times higher than
Because I
everyone
put
else's?
my pay for the job in my current wealth, so that it would do the maths for me.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there's no queen.
I thought you were
Um,
embezzling there for a second.
The most unsubtle of
So
embezzling.
Zeomar, when you are here for them, oh no, there we go. You get paid 10,000, and the party size is actually, it's 5 for right now.
Can you add in 100? Because that's what I'm going to walk away from to my current wealth, because that's basically what I started with.
Oh, you start with 10,100.
Yeah, I started with
Oh, God
100.
Oh man, I need to be so fucking productive today.
And this is
I thought you
Joran.
said you were going to go watch John Wick.
I will, but I still have to be productive after that too.
Wait.
So you get paid 10,000 gold as you are added onto their thing, and Zeomar also gets paid 10,000 gold as you are added onto their party.
Oh, man.
Awesome. With
Alright.
that, straight to the bar.
Yep.
All right.
And because I'm freaking OCD about spending most of my money on my class abilities, I'm going to end up spending 100 gold to buy rounds for the tavern for the night.
That's still so much more money than is needed to buy money for the tavern. Oh my god.
All right, fine, 30.
All right.
Make it
So we
60.
will wipe the debts. Debt. That's all sorted. Does everyone put their money into their accounts?
Not yet, because Izzy only has the 8,500. Callan only has the 8,500.
Well, Kellen was short of thousands for Sif.
Yes.
Yeah. So the number that you should end up with for Izzy is 10,672.55.
Mm-hmm.
So rare.
So
Callan should end up with 9,857.88.
I already got my shit sorted.
All right, so that's 9,857.88. 9,857.88.
So, guys, how do you feel about being able to, in your downtime, train to get 1 free feat from my character, and then I would have to pick what that feat is?
Yeah, sure.
That sounds amazingly retardedly awesome.
You
And
can just
then-
hand out free feats.
1 specific
Sarah?
free feat, and if I take the full chain, I will be able to train your stats, but only 1 stat of mental and 1 stat of physical.
Sarah
Up to
ends
plus
up
5.
with 12.
Huh.
But it takes a shit fuck
140.
ton of in-game time.
I
Something
imagine
like
so.
something like 24 hours minus your int mod for the feat. Then I can train your stats, and it's 24 hours minus your int mod for each plus 1.
Eek.
Why
I
not
mean,
just
my
spend a
int
year-
mod is 9 right now, which is pretty good. So
Why not just spend a year training and become
Well,
super
in
awesome?
comparison, your round is
Because I can only train 1 of your mental stats and 1 of your physical stats, and only give you 1 feat.
So why not just spend a few weeks and train everybody?
Because we might not want to spend that much downtime.
you gotta
But
do
if we
100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10 kilometers running every single day.
Actually, I can cut the time required to train in half if I can think up a unique training montage for everybody.
You know, that's actually,
That makes
actually
sense.
that actually
Oh,
sounds like
shit.
a build I'd want to play. Personal trainer build. You don't do anything. You
Gym,
just
bro. Got some gains.
That should be 11,424.
You can't spell legendary without lag day.
Absolutely, the best, the best Vegeta poster ever.
never seen that, but that is amazing.
And I'd likely pick either Monkey Grip as my feat that I give you, Blind Fight, or
You know, as a small character, I could really use Monkey Grip.
Now, the thing is, I have to pick 1 feat, and that's the only feat I can train anybody in. So I would actually, out of character, take it up with the party.
Eh, whatever. I don't care.
I mean,
also have-
It's so deep in the cut for meta that it's beyond my caring.
I mean,
Okay.
at this point, Izzy's just a squishy motherfucker who will get insta-jibbed by anything we fight. So I'm not going to be doing much fighting.
There you
Of course,
go.
I could always make it be evasive reflexes so that anytime somebody provokes an AOO on you, you can 5-foot step away.
That actually
There
sounds
Is
like
the current party split. The only thing you guys didn't get, you guys did not get the split of the gems because the gems went straight into the communal fund.
communal.
So the entire cost of the gems is in the communal fund right now.
Cool.
You're a communal fund.
Okay.
So, are we gonna have any downtime for like Noku getting his house, or are we calling it for the end of the session today, or how are we?
We've only been
Goku
going for
got
2.5 hours.
Noku got super adorable lizard babe, settled down, and lived happily ever after. GG no re.
And died in a fire.
If he dies in his backstory, I can bring him back later. You know.
Mm-hmm.
The magical plot.
Bird
Dies
can
from-
bring him
Let's
back.
have a let's
Autoerotic asphyxiation from having too much kinky sex with lizard waifu.
yeah. Suffocated on breasts.
All right.
So-
Let's talk with these people.
Mm-hmm. So Jasmine at this point tells you guys that since you did so well getting this, if you manage to find any other artifacts that would interest them, or if you manage to find any other interesting people who might be willing to work for them, and when she says them, you can tell she's in including herself and the man beside her. If you can find people who are interested in working for us, then we will pay you per contract, and I will pay you double whatever the artifact item is worth.
Oh, excellent. That's a real good deal right there.
Mhm.
Noku brings up. What happened to that fancy bow we found?
Solcrest has it.
Yeah, Sulcris has it.
Okay, so
But Sulcris hasn't been here, so Sulcris got pulled out of the party fund. But he kept his loot,
okay.
as opposed to getting a cut of the money. And that's just until I can manage to talk to him and figure out what's going on.
All right, cool.
Sweet.
So,
all right. So I mean, you never really said who them is. Also, and you also haven't introduced us to your friend. I'm saying this like I'm sat down like in front of this table, so it's basically just my head, just there.
Yep.
There is a Lyrica sat on my head though, who seems quite happy with her perch.
Oh, that's right. I haven't. I would like to introduce you to the warlord. His name is Demarta.
Nice to meet you, Demarta. I'm Sif.
The man nods his head. And it's when he nods that you see it. His throat is a giant scar. Like someone either tried to rip his throat out or cut his head off.
Probably both at the same time.
He does speak. You did hear him speak in the market, but it was very short, one-word answers, and his voice was incredibly rough.
Okay then. God, the thing is, I could speak sign language. I understand sign language. I just can't do it. I would try and inform Evolve if he ever wants to get talky. Then I would be able to understand anything he signs if he would prefer to keep his throat rested.
He smiles a little bit and he signs to you, and he pretty much what he ends up saying is, all of our soldiers can sign, so you'll fit in fine, for understanding.
Glad to hear it.
But
yeah.
this is the first you guys have heard that soldiers have been mentioned.
Sure. I guess I'd like to press him on it then. Like, I'm of a low understanding of your group as a whole and what you accomplish. I mean, it's pretty clear that you're at least a passably sized organization by the sounds of it, and that you're in the acquisitions business. But is there any more you're willing to say?
We are in the freeing people business.
Interesting. What, there's anti-slavery measures?
Not quite.
Oh, liberation.
are you a rebellion? Noku asks. And then
Of a
everything got
sort.
real quiet.
He tells you of a sort.
Rebellion against what?
Against the unlawful actions taken by certain individuals of the magical college.
Does he say that confidently, or does he have to
says
like?
that confidently.
Okay.
He mentions magical college and like.
And now this is interesting because none of you who know about it can mention it. He comes right out and says it.
Yeah, like. I'm so uncomfortable.
Is he kind of quirks around and goes like, magical college? What's that?
And he explains. He says the city Losilica houses the country's magical college. Jasmine picks up at this point as he stops signing, and she tells you guys, Losilica is the heart of all magic in this country. But the college itself is not a bad thing. Several of the council members, however, have very dirty, bloody hands.
Izzy kind of frowns, says in sign language, wait, there's been a college this whole time where I could have learned about my powers?
I like pause and look at him and go, I have no idea what you're talking about. No, I don't screw it out.
Izzy's gonna send a motive check on Dog,
Go
on
for
Sif.
I'll go
I'm
for a
hoping I
bluff
get a
because
nat one,
it's in my interests to keep quiet about it, but I'm not a good bluffer.
I did not get that one.
No, it's fine. He is obviously distressed about hearing the Magic College being mentioned. I will look to her and go, which council members? Like, I say it like that really cringe-worthy way, like my eye twitches a little bit.
The warlord picks up at this point, and he says, the headmaster of the school
Shit.
is... So this is something you know. The headmaster of the school is an elf.
Yeah.
The headmaster of the school is responsible for the disappearance of the elves. He tells you this.
No fucking way. Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I know of any headmasters. Like, shifty eyes.
And he's signing this to you, and he tells you this. He says he's responsible for the disappearance of the elves. The blood of their entire race is on his hands.
Noku lets out a very heavy sigh of relief. Oh goodness, I thought that was my fault.
No.
Oh yeah, I'll pause and mention. Oh yeah, Noku went back in time to fight a lich and then killed him in the future.
No,
he's smiling a little bit.
Izzy at this point is rather uncomfortable because this guy just said he was responsible for genocide.
Yep.
Yeah,
no, not this guy.
No,
not
this guy, the
in front
headmaster of the Magic College.
Okay.
The headmaster of the magical college.
And yeah, Sif is being exceptionally cagey in any kind of references to it. Like, he has to ask entirely open-ended questions and just hope that they get the context.
Yeah.
And Kagro is just kind of not mentioning the college because he's like, man, I don't even...
This sounds kind of hard to believe. How's there a magical college? I've just never heard of that.
I just there isn't one! Damn it.
Because Jasmine perks up and goes, because you are a god-given spellcaster.
I know, and I regret that every day.
Your magic isn't taught in school. Your magic is innate. You know it. Just like your priest friend, and she motions to Callan. Your magic is known. You don't need training in it. But if your magic is arcane, you go to the school to learn.
Saying I know my magic's a little bit generous, but I see your point.
Mm-hmm. Kari very happily scritches behind your ears.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is Kari. She's from the Crystal Forest.
We're gonna have a talk about this later, Sif.
No, we fucking aren't. I say it very clearly, and then I look to the others imploringly like, please help, I can't.
Jasmine chuckles a little bit and says, Kari, your little pet there, is what's known as a gem eater.
She also likes gold.
Anything shiny, if you're not careful, she'll eat your eyeballs.
Nope, she's been lovely.
Keep her fed and it's good. Demaita starts signing again, and he tells you, Izzy, they can't talk about it. They can't answer your questions or tell you anything.
Why not?
Because they're under a curse.
Izzy just frowns at this point, and he's just like, wait, why can you guys talk about it?
Because we existed before the college put the curse in place.
Huh.
Wait,
So
can I get a
from that
timescale
alone-
from that information?
You can. So the elves disappeared some...
Somebody want...
Somebody.
So the elves disappeared some 30,000 years ago.
Wait,
The magical college came into existence about 8,000 years ago. Previous to that, magic users lived just amongst the people. There was a war, there was a huge fight, they all moved to Silica, and they built this place. Well, about 3,000 years ago, they started using 2,000 or 3,000 years ago. You're not quite sure. You know it's about then. They started using the Gaius, to prevent people from speaking about it.
You two must be old as heck then.
Demaita says, Jasmine's older than I am.
Dude, don't throw her under the bus like that.
He grins a little bit, and he's just like, he grins a little bit, and he's like, I'm only 34. She told me all of this.
You realize how fantastical this all sounds, right? I mean, the only reason why I'm even buying into this is because Sif over here looks like he's sweating boulders.
So
I am not.
in your
There is
head,
absolutely
Izzy,
no gears.
in your head, Izzy, Mist speaks up and goes, I cast Zone of Truth. They're not lying to you.
Oh. No. Huh. Izzy's kind of
I just look at them imploring, like, please, can we stop talking about it? I'm gonna get sick. It's so stressful for him. Like, a single misword and then he just gets gears cast.
So Jasmine
for
is
his
making
part.
an effort to like answer the questions and not put Sif or Noku on the spot.
Yeah, Noku. I'm sorry, I keep calling him Kagro.
That's fine. But Jasmine's making an effort to like not put you guys on the spot and to answer questions as they come up.
I mean, Noku, for his part, might be stressed. It's hard to read lizard face.
Our
Noku, I bet, is poker facing so hard right now.
Our current plan is to march on the city.
Huh. So I take it that's part why you're investing so greatly in artifact level equipment?
Mm-hmm. The battle mages of the city are strong enough that we need every help we can get. We don't want unnecessary civilian casualties. I'm not interested, and this is Demaita talking, or signing at you guys. He tells you, I'm not interested in slaughtering innocents. I care only for the council member and the headmaster. The council members and the headmaster.
It sounds like you want to hire an extremely competent assassin, not just a bunch of random adventurers.
I have an army.
I mean, you can also go with that too, yes.
We're just
So
getting
Yamar's been listening in, obviously, because this is relevant to what he's going to be doing. He brings up his telepathic link with his demon patron and asks if they have any interest in this.
Yes.
All the interest.
What kind?
The bad kind.
If something, so the answer you get from your demon patron, if something isn't done, this realm will cease to exist.
So Ziomar speaks up and says, well, I'm gonna help.
You realize I would be reluctant to attack any place that doesn't exist. Just does that awkward, like, really calm.
Jasmine smiles a little bit and she goes, we're not asking you to attack. We're asking you to assist us in getting the artifacts so that we can attack.
That I can do with a clear conscience.
Ziomar kind of adds in the line of, I have from a very reliable source that if something doesn't happen about these mages, bad things, notably catastrophically world-endingly bad things, might well happen.
Wait, Izzy kind of leans in. What do you mean catastrophically world-ending things? You know what? That's a stupid question because you just elaborated, but are you talking about realm disappearing levels of bad?
Yes.
Like, this entire plane might be gone.
Oh my god.
Izzy, you go stiff and you experience a vision. Yeah, that too. The first one of your poor little life. No.
Quick, put a wallet in his mouth.
Izzy is frozen in a face of disappointment, anger, and stress.
His eyes are completely white. And what you see is you see something that looks like it looks like a bowl, and it's full of water. You are familiar with this from fairy tales, from when you were an actual child. It was suggested that the gods took this bowl of water, and from this water, they added, they used it to create life and to create the plains. And you see, as you're looking at this bowl of water, you see like voids opening up and shadows just kind of drifting away. And you see that it's becoming more and more unstable, and the water is like, it's starting to slosh out and spill. And then you wake up with a gasp the second a hole opens up underneath it. It tips and the bowl falls and shatters. You wake up at the very end of the moment of it shattering.
That was fucking ominous.
Yep.
I don't like
That
the look of
happened.
Izzy's going to steal a drink from one of the people around him, and
Whoa,
he's just going to
hey,
start
no
chugging
drinking,
it.
kiddo. That body is not made for drinking, even if you're...
It's not, but he needs a drink right now.
I just like sigh. I throw a knowledge planes at this. I want to try and figure out something about Zeomar's reliable sources and what could end the planes. Because
Izzy will slam him and drink. Trust him.
Stop.
He's not lying about this.
yeah.
So your knowledge planes, what this tells you, you've known, all magic users have known that the portals opening, the probability storms, things randomly appearing and disappearing, it's been happening with more and more frequency, and they don't know why. What these guys are suggesting is that it has something to do with the mass genocide of the elves.
And with that kind of knowledge, I finally have the wording necessary to wish for a spelljammer. Not specifically a
realized-
spelljammer, but I would be asking for something that can travel between the planes safely, which might.
I just realized, right? Izzy and Sirius sharing a seat? Are we that tiny?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is a bar made for giants.
Oh my god, that's kind of adorable.
It
I have
is.
Korea's like on a booster seat.
It's pretty cute.
So Izzy is rubbing his tintle, looking like he wishes he was dead right now because he knows what this means.
Dun dun dun! And that's where we're gonna end.
Awesome.
Looks like we're gonna have to accept the
Cool.
mission.
Will there be a time skip in game between sessions at all?
Yes.
We got a few
Alright,
days to
cool.
wait for enchants and shit to happen.
Yep. Can I just add an enchantment from there instead of having something enchanted?
So she
Controversy.
can't enchant something she doesn't already have the enchantment for. So what she can do is she can transfer enchantments, but she cannot make new ones. So Zeomar and your end, you now have more information about what your awesome ability, what your awesome quest is. You
Yeah,
guys get to go
Zeomar-
help these dudes gather artifacts to assault a magical college that none of you knew existed.
To
Okay,
save
okay.
the world, because
Most of us didn't know exist.
I'm going to have
There
to
is no magic
like,
college.
I'm gonna have to give in my input later, but since D&D ended faster than I thought, I'm gonna go run out now so I can actually catch John Wick.
Alright,
Okay.
so I'm going to spend 8,500 of my gold on inventory, so 10,070, so 8,500 leaves me with 1,570. Does that sound right?
Sounds about right.
Alright, so I bought Underdog Training Montage and the mental boosts training part of it.
Cool.
I'm able to dance the bestest
Yeah.
dances.
Y'all probably are not going to get much information out of Yorund.
I imagine not. I mean, so far Yoran hasn't actually told us that he's coming with us. I can't wait for that to happen.
Oh, no, he's not gonna say-
realization.
He ain't going to say a damn thing. He's just going to walk.
He's just gonna appear, just walking beside you guys.
He's just gonna always. I love that idea. It's just that he's always actually gonna be there, being him.
Yeah.
Just kind of there.
That's
Yep.
cool.
It's gonna be
What
awesome.
is it, Henry?
Goes down, epic dropkick off the back of a fucking horse.
So I'm gonna go. I will see you guys next week.
Yeah.
I'll message you a little bit later.
Yeah.
Most of you.
At some
Fen,
point, I'm gonna word that wish for you so that we know what the fuck happens next session. Because I'm gonna find an empty, secluded space to do that shit.
All right. You do that. I will. I can't wait.
It's gonna be a fucking horrifying mess, isn't it? I just
Oh,
get a fucking planes hopping ship, which is essentially what he's going to be asking for now. And it's just gonna be incredible.
Awesome. I can't
So
wait.
I got that, and I took
See you guys in a bit.
Take it.
Or I took unmatched in skill for dance. So Zeomar is now the best dancer in forever,